attitude as fuck everybody, I'm just out here doing what I gotta do. My attitude is fuck everybody, I'm just out here doing what I gotta do. My attitude is fuck everybody, I'm just out here doing what I gotta do. My attitude is fuck everybody, I'm just out here doing what I gotta do. Everybody talking, I don't listen to them, homie, who the fuck you talking to? My attitude is fuck everybody, I'm just out here doing what I gotta do.
Hey, I couldn't wait till we meet. I butcher all beef, I hurt y'all. The first dog on Wolf of Wall Street, Y'all Street. Kids strapped like car seats. Never shot but I maul geeks. Split a shirt in half, leaving them salty. If it's money, your man and chicken, fucking rooster. Get a little bitch abandoned, Punky Brewster. No home, I'll bring the camping to get the tension. If the fire in the middle, the riddle creates suspension. Suspicious, I'm vicious, my nigga vicious. Put on a G need 103 wishes. Granted, you can't rock with this hype hypothesis. Posse play possum, washing pussies, we wet cats. He the prophet, the saddest story. No bull, they mad adore me. Exit, think I'm kidding, left necklace. Category is reckless, perfect driving record. Drove you to hell, I'm licensed to show you the L's. Breathe.
Live by your warrior's motto. Fuck the Fedatory Hondo sword to swallow double edge. God body style, probably more Diablo. Straight up, cross the line, lay your horizontal. Sorry for your mama, shots drop your game's 40 bottle. Head trigger, then the tortoise follow. Shells falling, head revolving like four Giottos. Play the chord staccato, pulling string. Portland, Capo, Boston, California, also LSC. Run the west, BC to the port in Cabo. The tides turning, they wave riding, get wigs split. 50-50, we stay grinding and skate on them beats, banging this gang violence. The snakes plotting, go ahead, dig up dirt and you'll find some bodies. You grave robbing, don't respect your principles, you base-sided. Foolish students got that school of thought till it gets shot up like you mainline it. Don't need your credit, we don't bank on it. Leave us alone, you be indebted if you pay homage. West up.
My attitude is fuck everybody, I'm just out here doing what I gotta do. My attitude is fuck everybody, I'm just out here doing what I gotta do. Everybody talking, I don't listen to them, homie, who the fuck you talking to? My attitude is fuck everybody, I'm just out here doing what I gotta do.
First off, fuck where you from, this is RBG. And this ain't no Western Conference, my nigga, this LSC. Watch your feet when stepping to me, he'll get tripped up like LSD. From the city of PPB, but I'm in the whip with a crib that be chucking up them 2 C's. For you MCs that cannot see, we bring it to you in 3D like it's IMAX. Grab a seat, I know Ilmac, he a G. We would chase you down in the street, you get beat and chase on the beat. This is heat, can't measure degrees when it's far hotter than Celsius. Squad coming to melt your shit. Burn in my pelvis, rocked and rolled on some Elvis shit. Half of my thoughts is devilish, relish the fact that I'm balanced. I'm golly to you, critique my wings and get smacked with a chalice. Cup spill it over, my disciples got rifles and shoot like guards from Villanova. It's the God, don't mention Hova. This is LSC, West Coast Nostra, be Dr. God, bragging boaster. Brought a body bag for all you fucking posers. Fuck everybody.
Yeah, I fuck them all with a Magic Johnson, Magnum poppin'. One of the realest Crips they have in Compton. You not a shooter, then it's nothing we can have in common. Free the real, remember fighting over packs of ramen. You rhyming shit you don't live or get you killed, sport. The average lifespan of gangbangers, shit is real short. I seen niggas get life for what they represent, it's evident. The only thing I fear is evidence. God flow, shit hot like where the devil went. He prayed right before they killed him. Guess he was heaven sent, nose full of angel dust. It got the heaven sent, disrespectful. I chunk the hood up at the president. Crip walk in front of Cardi's, and then I spit on her, knock her out and get some real Migos to piss on her. I'm pissed off. Don't get me started on the industry, you fake thugs, pay for protection. You ain't in the street, middle finger to them all. Like fuck the enemies, the epitome of if Tupac had a mini me. I been a G, if it ain't John, you can't compare to Gotti Mafia. Other than that, fuck everybody.
My attitude is fuck everybody, I'm just out here doing what I gotta do. My attitude is fuck everybody, I'm just out here doing what I gotta do. Everybody talking, I don't listen to them, homie, who the fuck you talking to? My attitude is fuck everybody, I'm just out here doing what I gotta do.
Yeah. The fuck is this? Sour Meats Twins.
DJ Stacks.
Hey yo, the twins is here with valid topics and some solid discussions. Shining light on talent, the bullshit we're confronting. Sharing the news, comparing point of views and opinions. Staying in tune with the current state of the culture we live in. From sports to fashion, it's all about the craft with a passion. Life, music, current events, and main attractions. So shape up and get shipped out. We're here to forewarn you. Either get right or get left. Restore order.
Mondays turned out to be bad.
My bad. Do that over.
What happened? It wasn't on?
I didn't turn the mics on.
Oh, man. That's okay. Hello. Welcome. Do y'all hear me now? This nigga did not turn the mics on. So now y'all should hear me. So this is the Restore Order podcast.
Alright, should be good.
This is like episode number 14, 15, 16, whatever. I got to keep track of that. But anyway, this is the Restore Order podcast. Y'all hear me now? Okay, we here. Yo, what up? Restore Order podcast. I was saying, Ike P isn't here today. His schedule got switched around, and Mondays is kind of bad for him, so we trying to work out a way where we can get my brother back on the show. Maybe we have to move to Sundays. We trying to figure it out now. But right now, I got my other brother with me. My man, Immortal Technique. Y'all know the man.
Harlem in the building.
Harlem in the motherfucking building. Yeah. Oh, we ain't got the sound effects or nothing. No claps. See, I need Ike for that, because Ike be on top of the sound effect button, boy. He be on top of that, like, yo, what's the claps? We got the, Immortal Technique in the building, y'all. Legend, my nigga. This is my brother. Not only is he my brother, he's a legend, and he from Harlem. You know what I mean? We done been around the world together. We done tore up shows together. I just seen it back in the day. The Immortal Technique used to be the #1 battle killing nigga in New York. Fuck with him if you want. This nigga used to kill niggas.
No, like people just think Immortal Tech. They don't think battler, but
you know what? I remind people we was just having this conversation off camera.
Right.
And in the era that we were in, the battlers were doing this so that they could then shine and be noticed as artists.
Right.
And rap. And now it's become the battlers will rhyme and do the battle scene, but they don't necessarily want to become a rap artist. They want to become they do comedian stuff, or they want to be an actor, and that's fine. I have no issue with that, because I feel like the people still have hip hop in their heart. They support the battle scene. I have no problem with that. I think it's good evolution. Also, remember, back in the day, only one person in the battle got paid.
Facts.
So imagine a boxing
There was only one winner. It wasn't a whole list of winners.
Imagine a boxing match where two boxers fight and only one of them get paid and the other one got to put money up for camp and everything, gets stomped out, and it's like...
So we had these 16-man tournaments, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
And you may win this battle, but you ain't win the battle. You just won to get to the next round.
Right.
And then the next round, you got a battle. And if you win that, you get to the next round.
Or the bragging rights joint, the 32-man tournament.
Oh, my gosh. It be niggas, right? You never know who you going to go against.
The biggest tournament that I ever did was the Rocksteady battle. It was, I want to say...
You won that one too, right?
No. I tied in the finals, and then I lost in overtime to Idea. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Idea. Wow.
And it was funny because I had a quasi, like,
History.
I wanted another shot, and me and him went at it for like another hour. I think Slug has the footage. I opened up for Atmosphere and him in Amherst College. And me and Idea battled each other for an hour, like just back and like monsters. But I came at him super hard because I felt like I was distracted. So when I seen him, I was like, "Yo, Mikey, no rap, nigga, let's go!" Like, no. And he was like, Fuck it, like that.
See,
That's
listen,
what I liked about the idea. He
That's
was a monster.
that's something that's missing in today's battle rap.
Run up on you.
Run
let's
up.
go.
Listen, I got the Sway 7 challenge going. I'm running up on niggas on they block. Niggas that feel like they want to do it. I'm dead ass. I put it up. Niggas, I got a couple niggas that hit me like, yo, you serious? I'm dead serious, my nigga. If you really feel like you built for it, hit my Cash App and drop your location. I come to your block and knock your head off.
You feel froggy?
Yeah, you feel froggy leap, nigga. I knock your head off, nigga. That's how it was. That little element is missing. That's why I started my challenge to bring that little spice
here's
back.
something interesting for the people to digest too.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about, and you mentioned several times the total lack of professionalism that's involved when people start swinging.
That's why restore
touching
orders
people's
even here.
faces.
That's why restore order is here, Tech.
This I remember Poison Pen ran those battles down in wetlands. You
Yes.
couldn't touch the other person.
Hook.com.
And
Hook.com. Yep.
And if somebody grabbed or manhandled the other person, security would throw you off stage.
Disqualification. You're not even gonna ever come back and battle again. You're fucked up. You're not even allowed back.
But I think it's very hard to take that element out of it now. Now the physical aspect is almost part of the battle. The pocket checks, the dunking, that's not going away. If anything, I feel like it's created a new dimension because somebody could be very, very good at, let's say, boxing and fighting, but if somebody gets in your head in the pre-fight, they could use that against you.
Right.
I feel like the physical aspects are just that. They're getting inside your head. They're supposed to try to distract you from the actual bars, and a person has to have a level of concentration that other people don't have.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. I think today's battle rap is a lot of premeditated stuff. So, you know, you go home and you come up with a game plan for your opponent. And, you know, normally when a nigga sit down and they have to think about a whole plan of attack, you normally want to stick to it. That's why you probably don't see that much going at niggas like it used to be. Not the pull-up, because niggas want to stick to their game plan. But then you got the little knuckleheads. Like, we got a knucklehead that we got to talk about today, you know what I mean? We got a little clip we going to show, but you got the little knuckleheads that's really out here doing dumb shit. And it became a point where it was no longer about bars, it's about moments and little shock value moments. Like, we come from an era where our shock value was the bars. We would say something crazy and everybody go, oh, you know what I mean? Now niggas is really trying to do little physical things to make the crowd react. And it's like, okay, the physical shit is getting a little too far. And the clip I'll show y'all in a minute, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And for those who know, y'all sent me the clip, so y'all know what I'm talking about. But we gonna play it. But yeah, that's the big difference between now and then. I like both. I did both.
Right.
You know what I mean? Tech did back then.
Back then, not now. And if I could be totally honest, when you told me you was gonna do it again, I was like, really?
You and
gonna
Penn
get back into it?
Penn told me not to do it.
Right, but then you started killing people, and it was like, oh,
it was fun. Yo, listen, this is remind me of karate tournaments, bro. It remind me of tournaments, bro.
You know what one of the highlights was? When I really knew you was on it, like you had killed a lot of people.
And then I came up around y'all. Y'all niggas is killers.
But here's the thing. Do you remember, rest his soul, Archie, and we went to go see the battle. You was battling on Smack against
I already know, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yo, listen, I watched my battles.
Massacre.
Recipes, J Arch, right?
Oh man.
I watched my battles just to see him stand behind me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right, the old solo?
The old solo battle, the old red battle.
My son want to see this nigga in the box.
Yo, I got JR's son in the building, right? And when Caleb was born, I battled old solo.
Oh, solo. You was born.
Yeah, and Arch was like, yeah, my son want to see this nigga head in the box. You know what I mean? Yo, son, rest in peace, Arch, I miss you, boy. He was there right behind me for Young Cannon.
Yep. Oh, I remember that one.
Young Cannon was a body. He was there behind me for that, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it was. He brought a different element to the team, like, you know what I mean? I miss that. Nobody that those are shoes that can never be filled. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I just gotta live off those memories for real, forever. Rest in peace, J. Arch.
Rest in peace, brother.
Yo, so Tech, what would it take for you to battle now?
nothing.
No, I mean I know you superstar
It's
Tech, my G.
It's so
You-
ridiculous.
tell the truth.
A lot of people have come to me like that, and I remember the first time Penn ever came to me, and he
That's
goes,
it.
"Technique, what would it take?" And I looked
It's
at
a
him
conversation.
and with a dead serious face, you know what I told him?
What?
I said $500,000 and half the pay-per-view, and he said, "Oh," I said,
Hold
"Yo,
up.
dude."
So
I said, "I want half the pay-per-view."
That's gonna
Yo,
stab
but
her. That's gonna
that's
stab her.
not-
They gon' listen, I
But
get
let me,
it.
let me say this.
I get
That's
it.
not out nowadays, though.
Right, the pay-per-view.
There's two people out there that's getting half of the pay-per-view that I can confirm.
Ain't nobody getting $500,000 though.
Not $500,000, but there's
half the
100 out there
pay-per-view.
for you.
Who's getting the half a pay-per-view?
Mook
I don't wanna say
Mook
no
probably
names,
get
but-
Mook probably
probably gonna
get
have the
Lux
pay-per-view?
probably get that shit. I'm pretty sure they go hollow. You know the three top the hollow Lux and Mook. I'm pretty
Mook
sure
is
they probably
definitely getting a piece of the
or a
pay-per-view.
piece of it, maybe not
100%.
half, but they definitely getting a percentage. Definitely. So it's definitely feasible. I don't know about $500,000, but they'll meet you somewhere, Tech.
That's funny.
Yo, they're throwing around
Throwing
paper.
around on the way. Who's the biggest league right now? Would you say?
URL.
Obviously
URL.
URL, but who's the biggest league on the come up? Would you think?
RBE.
RBE's paying.
Yeah.
You know, good battles.
Yo, they bought 40 Cal
40
back.
cows going back.
40 Cal about to battle Ill Will February 29th.
Let me ask y'all something.
40 Cal coming back,
Since
bro.
we're talking about boxers,
Right.
isn't it important for someone like, let's say, we seen this situation with Soul Khan and people coming back after not battling for a long time? Don't, just like a boxer, don't you need a tune-up fight? Don't you need a tune-up battle? Isn't it important for you to step back in the ring? And if you come from another era of battling, then you're fighting Mark of the Queensberry. It's totally different.
Yo.
Shouldn't you need
Preach, nigga.
Enjoy-
Talk.
Because
Preach.
in my mind, I feel like battlers who come back to the game
Uh-huh.
without doing a warm-up battle,
Uh-huh.
I feel like they're doing a disservice.
Talk
I
to
get
the
it.
choir.
I get you want the big name. I get it. You want the money, but you're not gonna be doing the format the best. You're not gonna be performing at the best unless you actually know how to battle in that era. Unless you're sitting there and then all of a sudden you realize, okay, this isn't a song I have to memorize.
Right.
A song is 3/16.
Uh-huh.
Homie, I have to memorize like 8 songs, right? I gotta memorize like
They want you to do
80 bars,
3-minute
80 bars,
rounds.
80 bars.
You know what I mean? 3-minute rounds apiece. You're doing 3-minute rounds.
okay, in common time, 4/4. A minute of rapping is about 24 bars. So if you're talking about 24, 72 bars at least, at least per round. So if that's the case, you're literally on top of what? You're on top of 216 bars at the very minimum.
My niggas be wanting to do unlimited rounds. Are you fucking serious? When you break shit down like that in numbers, B, niggas be wanting unlimited rounds,
Yo,
bro.
Disaster went an hour.
Yo,
literally.
son, so kind
Let
of
me tell you
disaster.
something.
Hold on,
Let me
hold
tell
on,
you
hold on.
something. I
hold on.
watched that battle.
Oh my God, why?
And we're all older for it.
Yo, son, listen.
I have no gray hairs. Look, I'm
My
41
nigga,
years old.
you
Look,
watched that
ladies
battle?
and gentlemen, look out here. I'm 41 years old. I have no gray hairs,
My
but I
nigga.
got one
My
during
nigga.
the SoulCon disaster.
My nigga, you watched that battle.
Look at you.
You watch that battle, and by the time it's finished, you come out looking like Moses when he came down off the mountain, my nigga. Hey, yo, listen. That battle is 1 hour and 47 minutes long, bro. A battle, bro. That shit is longer than the movie Paid in Full. Yo, it's longer than the movie Bodied.
Oh my God.
It's longer than Bodied. No, these are facts. You can pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up.
It is.
It's facts, nigga. I did it. Paid in Full is 1 hour and 37 minutes long, bro. It's 10 minutes longer than Paid in Full.
Yo, but let
bro.
me say this though, in 40 Cal's defense, I don't think 40 Cal is like the rest of these guys. Like he's been studying. You know what I mean? And
Well, we're not saying him personally. I'm saying in general, when someone does come back, I always see people, like, for example, look at Cannabis. If he had a warm-up match, I feel
I
like
got
that
30
would-
pages of rhymes
I
in this
feel like that would have been
motherfucker.
totally different, right? And keep it real. I seen Supernatural there, and I saw the look on his face. And I talked to
Disappointment.
him afterwards, and I said, "Yo, what went wrong?" And he goes, "He needed practice."
he was disconnected.
Now,
from
mind you, Supernat didn't
That's
say
the word. That's the word.
Supernat didn't say he needed a tune-up, but that's technically what we were both kind of alluding to. He said
Right.
he needs practice. He needs to come back to the sport, because if that's the case, then you're not you're not giving your all. You're not giving it what it could be.
Right.
Right. You're selling the fan short. Essentially, what you're doing is using your name just to get people in the building. Right.
Right.
But you're not really giving them the art of what they're supposed to be doing. Right. And I feel like in my heart, if I see somebody rap for that long, at some point it just gets draining. At some point,
yes.
And then the uncomfortable pauses, like
yo, listen.
Who stops the battle if it's unlimited? Does organic?
No, nobody stop. That's
like,
why.
right,
that's what I'm saying. There's nobody stop. The rapper stops himself. Nobody's gonna call time. Nobody. They would let you rap for an hour. If it's ridiculous,
Let me ask
bro.
you something. So what if somebody decided, for example, right, to say I'm gonna take an unlimited round and just wouldn't stop rapping?
I'm walking the fuck.
No. Everyone's leaving, but can they turn off the cameras? Can they stop the pay-per-view? Can they cut it off? Like, technically speaking, if I want to rap for 17 hours,
of course they can cut it off.
Nah. Literally, what do y'all do?
Niggas is rapping like they trying to be in the Guinness Book of World Records, B. Hey, yo, listen, let me tell you something. When it come to battle rap, especially nowadays battle rap, less is more. Less is more. Compact, cut the fat. Compile that little shit to all the little potent shit and throw that shit in one little 3-minute verse, man.
Yo, but and it's a good question for you, Tech, too. Like, Disaster rap literally 60 minutes straight. Like, no exaggeration.
Yo, my nigga, looking at
that's a lot of bars.
Of nothing, though. He wasn't saying much of shit. All the good bars, if he would have cut out if he would have trimmed the fat and just left all the good bars, he would have a crazy round.
I think that also there's something to be said about people that have transcended the era of battling. Like, for example, Swave, he was around during them times and then went there.
Facts.
Disaster is another person who was doing that. Thesaurus, Ilmac. I recently saw a battle with Ilmac and
Marv won. Quest McCody. Yes, they was around.
Who actually won the WRCs.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, I was there. I'm sorry.
Facts.
No disrespect, Ilmac and Thesaurus. I love y'all. But they did win. And
I was there.
And then Harry did switch the cards.
Harry did some bitch ass shit.
Which is why when Cortez said that day, I was like, ooh.
Harry did some bitch ass shit.
Victory in battle rap history. And I said, damn, Tez.
And he even admitted that he had the power to override the judges or some shit he said. If he felt like, so what the fuck you even got judges for? But that's a whole other story, though.
So you think it's content versus instant gratification, like shock value? Like now with
shock value runs battle rap now. Shock value in moments, yes. Yeah. It runs battle rap now.
Punching a guy in the mouth or taking out somebody's picture of a dead relative.
Yeah, that shit is. That's whack shock value to me. That shit is trash.
This, though. So the problem. The problem.
But that's not new. Remember 106 in Park in the Jin battle where a dude ripped out a dude. He was battling a dude and he goes, Jin, how's your sister? I should know. I got the pictures. And then he took out pictures.
I forgot all about that.
This has been happening for a while. Right?
But SoCon did that shit back in the days too, though.
But you know what my biggest problem with that is? I don't mind that they do it because some of it's good. But my problem is the people that are doing it aren't built like that to be doing it. You get what I'm saying? Right. People are literally, like my younger cousins who are like 25 years old don't know who Wu-Tang is, but they learned how to rap watching battle rappers on YouTube. Right. So like, there's a whole nother I don't want to say nerds.
So they don't rap on beat.
No, you hear these guys today? Because that's why they're learning how to rap on YouTube.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that there's like a whole thing of like nerds. I don't want to say nerds, but like a different kind of like rap from when we were like, back in the day. Like anybody could do battle rap nowadays.
Nah, yeah, that battle rap is definitely.
Like but wait a minute, you touched on a very interesting thing, Heavy Bags. Not only can anybody do battle rap these days, anybody could do rap. And that's the difference. It's like, hold on for a second. If Swave was Branford Marcellus, right, an extremely accomplished trumpet player, and he got on stage and played the trumpet, people would say, wow, that's incredible. And me, I'm a middling, I used to play jazz trumpet when I was a baby, right?
Right.
And then now I don't play no instruments, but I'm in the studio doing instrumentation, stuff like that. But imagine a person who's never played the trumpet and picked it up today and gets up and goes, in the industry's eyes, Branford Marcellus and the dude who's never held a trumpet in his life belong on the same stage. Which is, I think, an interesting thing about battle rap.
Facts.
See, battle rap is a child of rap.
That was kind of crazy.
So if battle rap is a child of rap, then isn't battle rap just following the trend of the forefather that brought it up and says, well, hey, if anyone can come in here, then anyone can come in battle rap. There are advantages to that and disadvantages. The good thing is that anybody could walk in there. Anybody could start a league, right? I never heard of RBE before until a few years ago when they still started making these there. I ran into a bunch of people. I think it was ARP and then two other individuals that really told me about how it was moving.
Right.
I came to a bunch of them. They always show me love. Big shout out to them. But imagine that. They didn't need no one's permission. They didn't need a gatekeeper. They said, no, we're going to take the initiative. We'll do it ourselves. We'll get an investor. We'll get people to come out.
Right.
We'll pay good money. And the fans will support us. And we'll make money on the pay-per-view. We'll get back. And if it doesn't work, then we won't keep doing it. And obviously it's worked because it keeps doing it. So if you think about it, how the hell is it good to have, it's always good to have a gatekeeper, but you don't want somebody that's not going to let nobody in, right? But at the same time, there's got to be some level of professionalism that people expect, right? Instead of just nonsense, because keep it real, that's something that Penn told me. I'll get you 1 second. That's something that Penn told me. Penn told me that he always liked he enjoyed the feel of the other battles, but he said the bars were always better when people had premeditated rounds. He was like, when you're freestyling, you can't get enough content that's just that good enough.
Right.
A person who's a middling rapper who's not like the best writer in the world, if you write and then you have time to sit down and look at something, then you can absolutely tear somebody apart.
Facts. That's one of the reasons why I love battle rap nowadays, because they give you that time to actually prepare and craft something around your opponent. That's the part about back in the days is we was freestyling. We battled probably 4 or 5 niggas in one night. You know what I mean? Right? And just your brain is a muscle. It gotta rejuvenate itself. You know what I mean?
That's where skill comes from, because
Facts.
said he battled 34 people, right?
Right.
So the thing is, you did that off the top. That takes skill. That takes a talent.
Right.
I can watch a YouTube video or sit down, talk to Swave, pay Swave, because ghostwriting's okay now. You know what I mean?
Ghostwriting is
I have
definitely
talent. I don't have that skill.
Right.
But I can come in and I can research you, see how you rhyme, see what you've done, and give a good show.
Can they hear her?
Come off like a battle rapper. You know what I mean?
The other thing I was going to say is this. You brought up a great point. Ghostwriting isn't seen as a taboo
Yo, Jess,
subject.
I'm about to make you come sit over here, man.
No, but here, how about this? But let me ask a question then. If that's the case, and we're relating it to that, do people care if there's ghostwriting in battle rap? And if the answer is yes, then why aren't they angry?
There's been ghostwriting in battle rap.
Everyone who's out now, because I guarantee every single person, even the top tier or the top tiers, and this is no disrespect to them,
Right.
they gotta have somebody that they bounce things off. Maybe that was also the problem with rappers that come back. They don't have a person that's gonna sit there and be like, yo man, let me train you. Like, who did Sokan bounce his bars back off to be like, nah fam? Like, there have been times when I've known people who are close to me that will say, yo man, that call me on the phone, yo, what do you think of ba 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 ba? I'm like, yeah, that's dope. And then, I hear it in the battle. But I guarantee you that the top of the top tiers have somebody else around them, either other battle rappers or just funny ass.
I keep it real, niggas either hate me or they love me because I ain't no yes man. Niggas tell me they bars, I tell them straight up if they hot or they not.
Like you started, you know what I mean? You started in the streets, you started in the clubs, you started, and that's how you build yourself up. You did it in ciphers.
Right.
I've been to a million ciphers.
Yeah, come over here, Jess. You want to sit on? You don't want to sit on camera? You talking? You asking questions and all that? You gonna have to get on the mic so they can hear you.
We'll get it here next time. Don't stress up, man.
The wife of my boy, my deceased brother JR, his wife and his son is here. We got them in the building. So if you can hear her or you can hear her vaguely, she's over here making brilliant points and all that. So I was trying to get over here, but she camera shy right now. She acting real funny right now. You know what I mean? She here with us though.
Yo, and then speaking like now that I'm thinking about what he was saying, Tech was saying, yo, like that's too friendly too. Cause like you gotta break to your friend.
Right.
Yo, your shit ain't what it need to be.
Nah, but if you
know?
a friend, you should though. I don't think you should. Listen, I ask any team Hami member that knows me. I'm very. Listen, don't practice your bars with me if you want me to. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you the honors. If it's hot, I'm gonna be like, yo, that shit ready to go kill. If not, I'm gonna be like, hey, wait a minute, we ain't about to go in there like that.
Yeah, you don't want to get donkey today.
Yeah, you will get donkey today. Like you gotta change that.
Yeah, yo.
You know what I mean? I don't think that's strong enough. I'll try to find the nicest way to say it, but I'm definitely gonna say it. Yeah, don't go to fight like that.
I got a question for Tech if you don't mind me.
Nah, go ahead.
Would you consider yourself industry or no?
I think it depends. I've always been invited to those type of events, and I've always been around that. But I think to me that has a different connotation in the underground world. Industry means like bougie, disconnected from like the underground, and I'm doing an underground fundraiser on Thursday at SOBs, fam. Like I'm in the underground all the time, and I mean, keep it real. It's funny because one of the first times that I reconnected, I met Rakim when I was young, and I reconnected with him a few years back. And he was telling me, he's like, yo, I feel like I'm still in the underground. I don't feel comfortable in the industry, but Rakim is embraced in the industry.
Yeah.
The industry will roll out the red carpet, and everybody who's a rapper who knows anything, even the kids who don't know Nas, they know Rakim.
Yeah.
They'll say, oh, that's the guy A$AP Rocky is named after, the legend Rakim, and they'll be like, yeah, but he's also following the leader, Rakim. But see, interestingly enough, I think for me, the whole connotation of industry involvement is, I think, sometimes what messes up battle rap. Right?
Well,
people want to be involved because there's been so many times where people have tried to take battle rap and put it on TV, and it never came out perfectly, right? It never came out right. They were never able to capture that street feel. You know, I think there's a few times that came close, like with the
BET was good.
Yeah, the BET,
Right.
or the smack joints that were just the random ones,
Right.
where you just showed up, like the joint in Queens we went to. That was cool, where people were behind a brick wall. You know, shout out to my man Serge out there in Corona, Queens.
Facts.
I think what was cool about those things is that for me, being an underground artist that's been independent his entire career, right? Never took major label money, nothing, but I always had a distributor. And then first, my distributor was a very, very small distributor. It was just Felipe Coronel distribution. Right? Then I got to Caroline EMI. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna work with Caroline. Then from there, I worked with someone else who was through Koch. Then the middleman left, and I went through Koch. Then after Koch, I said, okay, I have to leave. I have to go to Ingrooves to Fontana. Fontana to somewhere else. I've had more distributors than Johnny Carson has had wives. And I tell people, don't stay somewhere where you don't feel happy. I was at Orchard. At first, I loved Orchard because we had a connect there named Lindsay, who was a really nice person. But as everyone who's ever had any kind of deal will tell you, if the person that brought you in and helped you is not there anymore, then the people don't take the same attitude towards what they have to have. So when I walked in there and I spoke to the general counsel about the points that I needed and the things that I needed to continue the contract, I felt like they didn't understand or respect the vision. Because unlike other people, I've never asked for money up front from distributors or anything, because I know there's more money to be made on the back end. Similarly, we extended this type of thinking to shows, for example. Like, if someone offers me a show and they're saying, oh, here's $20,000, and I say, okay, cool. But what if the venue holds 2,500 people or 3,000 people? Now, I can do this in other markets, obviously not New York, LA, but there's some foreign markets where I can get away with 2,500 people. Bottom line, if at the end of the day in their foreign currency it comes out to $40 a pop, why am I taking 20 short when I could be making 60 large? A person has to know their worth.
This nigga Tech know his business, B. This nigga know his business. One thing I can tell you about this boy, this nigga know his shit, boy.
Of course.
You not getting over on this man.
But I actually,
understanding currency, because you have to understand the dollar's not worth shit anywhere.
Yeah,
else.
word.
The dollar's not worth shit here.
I asked you if you was, you consider yourself industry too, because I wanted to know like what they think about battle rap. Like I know we all know they all watch it.
I don't hang out. With
I know
them.
that's why I asked. Like
This nigga be with us.
I know, but I'm just saying. Like,
but I will say this: that the people I've met people who are super industry who watch battle rap.
Nah, even I.
I was
fact. That's a fact though.
And people have been like, "Yeah, I love that stuff."
Right.
Ed Sheeran. He's watched battle rap before. Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Facts.
People. The people you wouldn't even expect. I've met Woody Harrelson. He's seen battle rap before. I mean, everybody that I've never run across. And
Joe Rogan.
Yo, I've heard George Clooney's a very big battle rap fan.
Word?
Seriously.
Wow, George Clooney?
Swear.
That's fire. I ain't know about that one.
I know Joe Rogan likes battle rap.
Joe Rogan likes battle rap.
We were talking about that on the show.
Sway
came on the Joe Rogan show.
He actually tweeted me a while back, talking about how he like watching me fuck niggas up. Shout out to my nigga Joe Rogan. Facts, you know what I mean? And he a fighter, and I'm a fighter, so I give him a little extra respect because you know there's a YouTube video of Joe Rogan kicking a sandbag.
Crazy,
he was going crazy. I can only imagine the way that shit would have hit somebody's rib cage or something. You know what I mean? But that's me thinking martial art wise and all that. You know what I mean?
You want to take a quick break?
Yeah, we can go to a break.
Come back
go to
to that
break.
clip. Yeah, you want to talk about this?
Hell yeah, we're gonna come back to the little. You know what I'm talking about. Let's go to a video real quick.
What you want to play?
Play the Homie video, man. We got a new video out called Vacant Dreams. I got the hat on right here too. Vacant Dreams, new Team Homie single. Holla.
I've been in these streets, yeah. Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. I've been in these streets, yeah. Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. I've been in these streets, yeah. Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. I've been in these streets, yeah. Forgive me for my sins.
Forgive me.
Lord, they don't know where I've been. This is
I came up in the Reagan era, the getting shaking, money making era. All day on the block, crack rocking your sock era. Get popped for your road chain, get shot for your Jordan's era. No Halloween, every day in my hood was a terror. Oswego was the strip from the church to Nick's barbershop. Coke, crack, weed, in any quantity, it all got copped. Black, white, and Puerto Ricans on the same street, setting trash cans on fire, screaming "fuck the police." Boom box blasting, NWA. Police pulling up in vans, trying to lock us away. True stories from my hood, what more can I say? I'm a product of my environment, it made me this way. I had to grow up and unlearn the way I was living. My OG told me it was designed in the system. It took me 41 years to get right, but still the PTSD keeps me up at night.
Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. I've been in these streets, yeah. Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. I've been in these streets, yeah. Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. I've been in these streets, yeah. Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. This is Vacant Dreams.
Hoes suck dick, sell pussy for bags. Homicide is a frame of mind. Vacancy replacing time. Presidents erasing minds. Soul in a state of blind. Holy water on a robbery with Holy Ghost. Head from a demon bitch. Hit him with the holy smoke. Homie. Mozart short, no Bonaparte. Intelligence irrelevant, sitting at the corner store. A man so dope to his mother, she was the only whore. I'm one of y'all, not one of y'all, I mean all of y'all. Turn your face to a bowling ball, that's the protocol. Son of Rose, son of Nate, black the son of Great. I'm vexed up, ain't trying to die early fate.
Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. I've been in these streets, yeah. Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. I've been in these streets, yeah. Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. I've been in these streets, yeah. Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. This is Vacant Dreams.
And yo, my hood full of shooters and them vacant dreams. We making cream. Homicide, of course, we gotta make a scene. Look, I ain't talking church bells, we finna make it ring. If I line up with the Mac, it's no Maybelline. Them hitters on your head, dog. Run off with the bread, dog. Then this type of judge, you don't judge and knock your leg off. They done took over your block, now you can't eat. I know killers caught bodies and they can't sleep. Having flashbacks, driving in that Grand Prix. I don't think you really understand me. Ever since a youngin'. Mama said I'm bugging. I done came up out the dungeon. Know hibachi chopping onions. Like Pac, I was thugging. Times it got rugged. I'm focused on this money. Attitude is like fuck it. I ain't never been a sucker. Play me, then I cut you. Gotta watch out because they cross you like the rucker when you.
I've been in these streets, yeah. Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. I've been in these streets, yeah. Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. I've been in these streets, yeah. Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. I've been in these streets, yeah. Forgive me for my sins. Lord, they don't know where I've been. This is vacant dream.
They say the odds against me are crooked and impossible. Like I was born with a hole in my heart. It's an obstacle. I left to die by the doctors in the children's hospital. But I never lose hope. Success is psychological. The world is volatile and the street is my education. Shaping a nation like the blueprint of a mason. While Shawshank record deals get you raped on occasion. So I'm focused on my economic situation. I'm like the little kids on TV that dig through the trash. I hustle regardless of the way you talk shit and laugh. A lot of niggas drop science, but they don't know the math. Cause they mind is narrower than the righteous path. It's funny how on the block, niggas that kill you for cash, but never raise the gun to cry out, freedom at last. The Cold War is over, but the world is still getting colder. Atlas walking through the projects with the hood on my shoulders. I would like to raise my children to grow to be soldiers, but then a general would decide when their life would be over. So I work hard until my personality split, like the Black Panthers into the Bloods and the Crips. They said I'd never be shit, but now I sit and reminisce like Yeshua, Ben Yosef, flipping through Genesis. Ignorance is venomous and it murders the soul, spreading like a virus, running rampant out of control. So if I should ever fall and get caught in a hustle, let them know that I died while I fought in the struggle. From the hood rats to rich kids lost in the bubbles, spray painted on the streets and in the subway tunnels. Write it down and remember that we never gave in. The mind of a child is where the revolution begins. So if the solution has never been to look in yourself, how is it that you expect to find it anywhere else? Immortal technique in the streets, back on the hustle. Cause 3 strikes to get you life for stuffing cracks in a duffel. Upstate behind steel gates, attacked in a scuffle. Razor blade stuck on the side of pencils, hacked to your muscle. But the emptiness is what bleeds you to death when it cuts you. And it's the lawyers, not the inmates, scheming to fuck you. Trying to fight the system from inside eventually corrupts you. But that's what you get when you put a corporation above you. And it's the people that love you that seem to hurt you the most. Sometimes when they die, you find yourself cursing their ghost. But you make success, nobody delivers your fate. Sometimes you give and you take. Since prehistoric vertebrates crawled out of the lakes. And that's the truth about life. More to do with the ghetto than your car rims or your ice. Cause even though we survived through the struggle that made us, we still look at ourselves through the eyes of people that hate us. But I'ma make it regardless of the trumped up charges and semi-automatic barrages that empty the cartridge. Post-traumatically scarred kids that try to be brave, cause niggas backstab each other just to try to get paid. Turn cannibal like knights during the crusades, afraid of responsibility, addicted to greed, beating a girl, purposefully losing the seed, as if we bound to the destiny we used to receive. So if I should ever fall and get caught in a hustle, let them know that I died while I fought in the struggle. From the hood rats to rich kids lost in the bubbles, spray painted on the streets and in the subway tunnels. Write it down and remember that we never gave in. The mind of a child is where the revolution begins. So if the solution has never been to look in yourself, how is it that you expect to find it anywhere else? I used to wonder why people don't believe in themselves, and then I saw the way they portrayed us to everyone else. They cursed us to only see the worst in ourselves, blind to the fact the whole time we were hurting ourselves. I used to wonder why people don't believe in themselves, and then I saw the way they portrayed us to everyone else. They cursed us to only see the worst in ourselves, blind to the fact the whole time we were hurting ourselves. I used to wonder, I used to wonder.
Hey yo, Whoever the artist is for that video, Immortal Technique, whoever the artist is.
Oh, I'll look it up. I don't have it on me.
That nigga freehand game is retarded. That nigga's, you know what I mean? I mean, I know it's sped up and all that. But still, that shit, the freehand and that is retarded. So shout out to that, man. Shout out. But yo, being that we, talking about videos.
Oh, we're gonna put this on. We're gonna put on the fuckery of the week.
No. I was gonna ask you. I was gonna reiterate what Heavy just asked you why the video was on. Why you don't do videos?
Oh, I'm definitely doing them for the Middle Passage, the
right.
record I got coming now. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I first during like Volume 1 and 2, I like just the mystique of having like nobody know who I was. And I'm gonna be honest with you. It's been cool because some people. Still now, they're some of the biggest fans I have, and they're not really clear about what I look like. But of course, that changed once I started doing all these interviews. Like a lot of people would know me from the Joe Rogan show or Vlad TV.
Right.
I've been on every show, so it's like, whatever it may be, people come up to me. So I feel like, now I'm gonna bless them with that. But also, you gotta understand my vision for the visuals of the video would be very hard to do. It would take like a Hollywood-sized budget. Like the ideas that I had for any type of song we had. And it's funny because I wrote down notes for them, and I was looking through my old notes while I finished up the Middle Passage, and I looked at, and it was like a treatment for all these songs from Volume 2 and all the ideas that I had for how they would be freedom of speech, Peruvian Coke. I had a joint where it was like, I told Penn, I was like, you know what? The Stronghold Grip, the joint that we did, you know what we should do Halo. We should all be dressed like that, jumping out of a plane onto another planet. And he's like, how are we gonna do that? How, man? You don't. Got
it sounds amazing, but that should've be crazy.
So I thought for this new album, one of the people that I was gonna get to complete one of the visions that I don't think could be done without like $100 million budget. I actually. Got in contact with some Japanese animators, and they're gonna make like some anime crazy like manga type thing for me.
That's
in like old school, and we started working on the storyboard. It looked like Akira, like I wanted that type of style of like
that's crazy.
That old style, the old style Japanese animation, the Akira,
like the Ninja Scroll. Yo, son, shout out to my nigga Jubei. You seen Ninja Scroll?
Jubei.
My nigga Jubei was a problem.
Jubei Hibagama.
Fact.
Yeah.
Nigga don't know.
Come on, son.
Niggas don't know that shit, boy. That's brutal right there.
He killed the 7 devils of Kimono, man.
Yes, he did. Lightning. All of them. Fact.
I remember the first dude. That one, the rock nigga, Desai, yo. That nigga was ill.
He said, "Are you rock everywhere?" Caught him in the eye. Blah. Like, oh, yeah. So, now we nerding out right now. We geeking out.
Right.
Dweebatron. We just visited the planet of Dweebatron real quick. You know what I mean? We had to. That's that classic. That's that nostalgia shit right there.
Yeah. But you gonna play a video now or something?
Nah, I ain't playing it. We just came back from this video.
What happened?
Oh, hold on. I got a shout out to my man Half the Hustler. We got our first sponsor in the house. The Bottega Boys just blessed us with a whole bunch of liquor. So whatever guests come here and want to drink, I got liquor on deck, and I'm gonna crack this with y'all. So shout out to my man Half the Hustler.
Hey yo,
you
real
can follow
quick.
him on Twitter at the real Half the Hustler. Everything's spelled out right.
Hey yo, shout to him. But if any weed dispensaries, because I don't drink liquor, so any weed dispensaries want to drop off some weed, man, we could do that too, man.
So weed dispensaries, we can bring that on too. Like I'll shout you out, get some people hitting y'all up, Instagram, whatever. You know what I mean? It just we got some. I got more over there, but I ain't about to. You know what I mean? Y'all, trust me, it's
we
there.
gonna get somebody drunk next week for sure.
Yeah, somebody gonna like it. Yeah, but
yo, let's talk about this this thing that.
All right, but store order people all weekend. Nah, I ain't gonna say all weekend. The Super Bowl. Shout out to the Chiefs. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, Kobe and Gigi. I ain't say that earlier. I should have said that earlier. I said that last week, but that shit still is hitting hard. It's hitting. It's hitting. And they said when they found Kobe's body, he was hugging his daughter. You know what I mean? That shit.
That's a lie.
I don't want to believe it was a lie. Because I would have been hugging mine.
I'm going to tell you why, though, because...
I don't want to believe it.
Physics,
don't tell me nothing. I want to keep that image in my head. Have you don't tell me nothing, nigga.
If you want me to keep
when they found Kobe's body, he was hugging his daughter. Leave it at that. Fact. That's what I read. I like that.
Wait, I want to hear his physics.
No, we're not hearing that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. That's the piece Kobe Bryant, Gigi.
I'll tell you off the head.
Okay.
Right? We see you messing me up, man, with that bullshit you going right now. Cause I know you got some shit that's gonna make me go, what?
I'm saying, just think about it. Let me just tell you
this.
I don't
want to hear it.
Just think about this. You in a helicopter, you hit going 550 million miles per hour on the side of a mountain.
Kid as
it don't matter if you're hugging her. You're not gonna end up like that, bro.
Man, listen.
It's impossible.
I don't.
You hit that mountain and flip or something like. You know.
Well, here's the problem. I think if we want to actually get technical, when people were having problems, I can guarantee that any father, if they were in a boat or a plane or anything with their kid, they would lie to them.
I know.
Absolutely. You know, they would say everything's gonna be okay.
Right in their ear, screaming.
I guarantee you that when all that was happening, probably. I mean, it's stupid for people to sit there and philosophize, but I can almost guarantee and say that what parent wouldn't hold their child and say, "Hey, don't worry. I know that it's turbulent, but it's gonna be okay." You know, and is that the job of a parent?
You know what? Now that we on this topic,
but isn't
I want to say something.
But isn't the parent's job to tell kids it's gonna be okay, even when they don't know it's gonna be okay? When it's like, yo, there's no rent this month, but we're gonna be all right.
They don't need to know all that. We're gonna be all right.
I think that you have to lie to the kid, even though you know it's wrong, because your main job is to protect them no matter what.
No matter what.
You know, so even if that includes lying, you know, that's what you got.
Yo, listen. Now that we on this topic, real quick before we go to the other thing, I want to say this, and this real talk. Now that we talking about Kobe, right? Kobe. You know, I see a lot of people on it. I'm looking online. I'm reading shit online. And a lot of people is bringing up the rape charge thing, and I'm like, yo, on some real shit. I ain't hear about that shit since he did it, and he did what was that? 2003. That shit was in 2003 or some shit, and I ain't hear about that shit for all this time. And now that my man he's gone, I see people bringing that shit up. I don't like that shit. That shit is whacking. Y'all niggas need to cut that shit out. That shit is corny. And then the girl made a statement about how she lied anyway. So cut this shit out. I don't SoCon said some dumb shit. I don't like it. That shit is whack. Nobody was talking about that shit this whole time. It was years.
I think one of the best explanations I heard about it is there's
I hate when niggas do that shit.
There's a young African American lady who's a journalist who brought this up, and she was saying, hey, I know the white lady who got suspended for just retweeting this. She said, if you're the political editor or you're the news editor of like the Washington Post, you can't just throw something out like that. Obviously, this is what did she say exactly? She said something about how he was a nuanced character, a person who has good and bad in them as every other human being.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to explain those things, then they have to be explained in context. And then when they're not put in context, then that's when you kind of expose yourself to receive the type of criticism that she was then receiving, because if you're throwing something out in a case, especially when someone was found not guilty of what happened, and I feel like it's interesting because as a person who was in the news media when everyone said, oh, obviously a very different thing, right? Everyone said, oh man, you and your dozen friends beat up a bunch of bootleggers, and then I fought a case and spent $40,000 for them to find out that if they had just read the police report, they would have said no injuries reported. So how did I beat 3 people within an inch of their life, right? If nobody got hurt and it was just like a totally up jump thing. Now, honestly, I think that I'm extremely sympathetic towards women that are abused and extremely understanding of that. And I think that should never be set aside. A person should always have the ability to speak their voice. And sometimes they won't say it when it first happens. And it's just because I've been to prison and I've met people that have had that happen to them and when they were kids. And that's the reality of why a lot of people in jail hate child molesters. It's not that they can't hold their kids. It's that a lot of people's lives feel like they would have gone in a different way if they hadn't been abused, tortured as kids. So they see someone who represents to them the
The
person who
tormentor.
destroyed their life.
Right.
So that's why when I was locked up and I was on like the B tier, they'd be like, "You see down there, that motherfucker's food," and I'd be like, "What happened?" And they'd be like, "He's a tree climber, which means that he's on the menu." And I was like, "Oh, what the hell is a tree climber?" And they were like, "That's a child molester. That's a Chester. That's a pedophile." And I was like,
Chester, child molester,
I was
nigga.
like, "That's disgusting." I was like, and I was crazy because
Yo,
at that point,
crazy. I still fuck them niggas up.
you could be but
What?
but here's the interesting thing about that experience for me. That
Man,
prison
listen.
experience introduced me to the idea of selective morality.
We ain't
Why?
gotta be in prison. Don't let me
Because-
find out you did anything to no kid. I'll beat the shit out of one of these niggas.
Because we could be all at a table with a bunch of gangsters, drug dealers, murderers, and everybody's welcome to eat. Guard your tray, put your hands up like this. You know who's not allowed at that table? Rapists and child molesters.
Yup.
People will smack your food off the table.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
Don't go nowhere.
Throw your
Flip the
cornbread
sticker.
against the wall
Right.
and all that.
I
Fuck
seen-
out of
I
here.
seen a little homie put his hand in somebody else's tray, take the corn and smack the dude in the face and say, "I dare you to do something." And the Chester was smart enough to pick up his tray, go to the guard and ask for PC. Because right behind the little homie was somebody else holding a tuna can to the side. And he's about to get his face cut like a pumpkin. So I feel like those type of situations are so serious and I can't take it for granted. So I can't say she's a liar. We can't discount whatever she said. But at the same time, fam, you can't throw something like that out there without giving it the proper context, without saying this is exactly what happened in the case, right? This is exactly what was going on. This is how a person decided to change, or this is what happened in his life since that happened. And I think that, is there a racial component? A lot of people definitely feel that way because they feel like when black people, or especially specifically black men, die, then they're killed twice, right? In the media and then actually passing away. So I'm not saying that I'll make everything a racial issue, but definitely, you know what I mean? If they're gonna keep that same energy, well, come on, man.
You know what though? I just seen a brilliant movie called Just Mercy. Shit, fuck my head up. It make you mad as shit, but we gonna come back to that because we were talking about this other shit, right? The restore order issue. We go way off, right? But that was interesting, so we definitely gonna come back there. Plus, I want to bring up this movie because it was a true story. But
so let me just say
set this shit up. Restore order, people. Word the mother.
So sometimes you get caught.
What's this nigga name?
Yo, I don't even know his name, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither, man. I don't know his name.
This is from Coliseum, though. They known to do shit like this, though. I seen them break a glass over some dude's head.
They did an Ryukin and a battle playing with fire and all that.
So this, what we're about to show, this league is known for doing props like this. Like they did like a Stone Cold Steve Austin thing, and they cracked the bottle over his head, like, like a fake bottle, like, So
it's total entertainment. It's like
they really playing WWE type shit.
It's like medieval times dinner and tournament. You go there and they sparring, right? You could actually get hurt because the nigga's swinging a fucking metal ball, cracking somebody in the head with armor. But they're not. The whole point of it is they don't actually want to hurt the other person. It's all a show. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so basically I was, scrolling.
Is it a show or is it real? Or is it blur the line?
I don't know either of them.
I don't know. I feel a way. I feel a way about
either
it.
way, it's.
So play the clip.
So
B.
let me play the clip for everybody who didn't see it. Yo, Jay,
what the hell am I watching?
My bad. I had to go back.
I'm the clown, but you the type to let the rockets blast. See, he must not know I'm the homie, cuz I fuck around and sock his ass, but let you tell it.
Yo, Jay, come here, Jay.
I think it's fake.
Jay, come here, Jay.
I think it's fake. I think it's fake because if somebody really did
I got
that to another man,
I got my nigga J400 block in the building, B. I got to put my man in the building. Move over a little bit, Tech.
Get the hell
Yo,
out of
Jay, you a battle rapper, B.
Homie the clown.
You a battle rapper. I'm going to get your opinion on this, too. You'll play it again, Heavy.
All right, hold on. So let's go.
I'm the clown, but you the type to let the rockets blast. See, he must not know I'm the homie, cuz. I fuck around and sock his ass, but let you tell me. But let you tell me.
So he filled a sock with another sock and then put baby powder inside.
Yo, you see the powder
So hold up. It was a Homie the Clown bar.
Listen.
Which is
I
a
don't give
show
fuck
for
about
those
the
kids
bar.
who don't know from
In Living Color.
from In Living Color from 1989. Right, this is an old show.
He don't even know that.
He don't even
shit.
show you know.
He seen YouTube clips. You ain't seen no real in Living Color.
You never saw J-Lo dancing. Shut up. You
ain't
saw her
never
at the
seen-
Super Bowl. You ain't
Yeah.
never seen J-Lo dancing for $50 a night on stage with
You
12
ain't never
other
seen the
girls.
first DJ before it was Sean. Before it was
SW1.
Before it was SW1, they had an original DJ. You ain't never seen the first DJ. Fuck out of here, like.
That's where Jim Carrey made his debut too.
Word,
So
man.
so what you think about that, Jay? As a battle rapper, you think that they came up with this together and they or
No, fuck all that. Yo, Jay, would you let a nigga hit you in the face with a sock in a battle, my nigga?
You're not going that far.
Sock with powder on it and all that. That nigga can just slap you in your head.
I don't think they come into the battle like that.
My nigga, listen, homo.
To try some shit like
It's
that.
some WWE shit. I feel like
Cause
it's
they, I mean,
them niggas gotta know each other.
Of course.
they on the same level. That's why they.
They know each other. Do they know each other?
It's not like they booked you
battle.
and said, "Yo, you battling Sway."
So ain't nobody hit me with no sock in my. Ain't nobody hit me with nothing in my face. I'm the most peaceful nigga alive, my nigga. I always want to be a gentleman and talk shit out. I'm the nigga that when we take it there, you ain't gonna never see me coming. So you might as well talk to me. Tech know me. Tech know. Listen, never mind.
Yeah, we not
Let's
gonna
talk it out like gentlemen,
The
bro.
names have been changed to protect the innocent. We don't listen. Let me tell you something. The new generation of kids, stop ratting on yourself, yo. I'm from Harlem, and they had a war between Grant and Manhattanville, and these idiots were ratting on themselves on Facebook. Oh, how does that slug feel? What's wrong with y'all? Stop ratting on yourself. We're not gonna rat on ourselves today.
As a
Swave
battle
and me
rapper.
were perfect straight A students in all high school, okay?
Yeah.
I never missed a day of school.
Listen.
I don't
I'm
know
off that.
how
I'm
that
off
nigga
that.
fell down the flight of
We
stairs.
going back to this. We going back to this. Battle rappers, right? It's one thing. I don't even know what to say. This shit is wrong and all the way around the board to me. All the way around the board to me, this shit is wrong. I don't recommend it because every nigga ain't gonna allow you to do some shit like that. And I really feel like these two had to know each other for that to even come across. Cause the nigga smiled after he got slapped with the sock.
Heavy bag,
He smiled.
Can you slow it
The
down?
powder puff, cloud,
We'll see
puffed
right now,
out,
Swave.
and the nigga started smiling.
Heavy, run it at half speed, and I guarantee you, the
He
nigga
can't
flinches
slow.
before he hits it.
He can't slow it down.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, then change the speed on YouTube.
I can't.
You don't have
live,
YouTube Red.
Nah.
You can change the speed on YouTube
He
Red.
has to load it
but
into the
it's
system the way it
different.
is. It's not
because we
readable
live.
from YouTube. It's
Hold on.
live.
What's the name of it?
I don't even
know.
know.
I don't
man.
even know. It's Coliseum.
Some shit.
But I'm saying, let's say he did. Let's say he talked about it beforehand. Would you still let somebody smack you in the face with a sock for
No,
views,
this is what
bro?
I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Fuck your views. Respect me. It's one thing with the pocket. Shout out to Suge. Suge is the homie. That's his homie right here. Suge went crazy with the pocket
I don't
taps.
condone that shit though.
I mean, I hear you, but a lot of niggas started condoning it because it became the thing to
Well,
do.
they
Other
actually-
niggas even started
You
doing
right.
it.
They start copying.
Yeah.
They don't understand that was a reaction for him. They see the original battle where he did that. What was it? Tall T? I think Tall T was fondling.
Oh yeah,
and he did that as a
yes.
response.
Rest in peace, Tall T. Fact.
You feel what I'm saying? He didn't make that a move till later on. Like his shit was a whole response.
You know what? I never knew that.
Word is
I
born.
never thought about
He
it like
said
that.
he felt
But
disrespected.
anyway, I feel like it's little shit like that make niggas come in thinking they can take shit to
So
another
dude
level.
in the chat said he didn't really hit him. It's just they did it on purpose with the camera angle. He really hit his hand.
Oh.
And the
But
camera
the powder
angle,
went all in his face.
Yeah, and the camera angle made it look
So
like
money
he
ain't get hit with the sock?
So they saying he didn't get
wait,
hit.
Wait.
He ain't get hit with the sock.
No.
Wait.
Nah, let me see that again.
Hold
Play
on.
that clip again. Nah. Hold on. Play the clip again.
I'm the clown, but you the type to let the rockets blast. See, he must not know I'm the homie, cuz. I fuck around and sock his ass. But let you tell it. But let you tell it.
Slapped the shit out that nigga, yo. Nah, he slapped the shit out that nigga, bro. He hit what hand?
No, he didn't. He hit
what
his hand?
hand?
He hit his hand. Yeah, he hit his left hand. You can see his left hand is covered in powder. He hit his left hand, but the powder went in his face. So this is in no way comparable.
So he ain't hit him?
Wait. This is in no way comparable to someone rubbing their ball sweat on another man.
Oh, that daylight
Okay?
shit? Nah,
This is in
daylight.
no way comparable to
No.
somebody punching somebody in the face in the middle of the bar. This is in no way comparable to the dude that peed on himself in the middle of the battle.
Who peed on himself? What are you talking about?
You
Hold
never
on.
seen this shit?
Somebody peed on themselves in a battle?
This was years ago.
Get the fuck out
Yeah,
of here,
nigga, bro, go look it up, Heavy Bags.
It's like
It says,
making shit
battle
up.
rapper pees himself. I'm sorry, the YouTube video exact title is Battle Rapper urinates on himself, and the nigga does this. He goes like this. He pees on himself in the middle of the battle, like standing like this on some like tough guy stuff.
And he just pees?
And just pees in his pants. And when
Get
the dude
the
looks at him,
fuck outta
he goes
here.
like this. He goes, smell that. Smell that. He's like a big skinny white dude. And he entirely
You saw that
wets his
before?
entire pants.
Nah, I would have left.
Nah, I never saw that before.
No,
man.
not keep it real. That's the exact reaction that half the crowd had.
Hey, yo, he
half
ain't
the crowd
lying,
just got
yo.
up and were like,
He dead ass?
He ain't lying, yo. I got it right here.
As,
in front of
as,
me.
Dead ass?
as a rapper, I just.
A nigga stood on stage and peed on himself?
I'm
I'm
about
gonna
to
walk
bring it
off
up.
while he
Bring it
doing
up.
that weird shit.
Bring it up.
I ain't get
Bring
paid
it up.
to stand there for that shit.
Hold on, my nigga. Nah.
That's not even a
You
form
dead
of
ass?
entertainment. That's some.
I never heard of that in my life.
I'm alright.
I'm alright.
He can have that.
Look, somebody wrote, if he peed, then he edged the battle 2-1.
So he planned on coming and peeing on himself as part of the stunt?
Yeah, that was his whole game plan. To pee on himself and make the other opponent uncomfortable. That's what he said in the after thing.
That's
when he went and
crazy.
changed his pants.
can't.
and
What
then
league
somebody
was that?
I do not know that information.
Like, who be allowing this shit?
Yo, what league was that?
Hold up. I'm about to bring it up right now. Hold up.
Who allows this type of
Unc, what up, boy?
Who allows this?
Happy to see you too. My bad.
Man. Unc, what
Y'all
up?
still live?
Yeah, we live. We live.
What's up? What's up?
Unc Wild just walked in the building, looking like a biker.
Alright, yo, I'm about to bring it up.
Alright.
Let me
So
see.
here we go. This is the video.
Unc Wild, you know a nigga peed on himself in a battle?
Yo, no.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Pillaging, so batten down the hatches and spread word to the villagers. Kimmy Gibbler and DJ Tanner bringing the banner back. Argyle pimps, you should go home and Google that. Shit, you need to spit some ill shit or get the fuck off the pot. So what's your answer, bitch? Are you my boyfriend or not?
I know that you're gay. I got it proof. Check that out. Before you know it, you the guy that's getting fucked back in the room. Like you talking whatever I'm trying to rap. Talking disrespectful. You need to get slapped. I'm up here. I got a good picture. I'm chilling out here with all my niggas and my niggas. This dude just pissed his pants. What the fuck? Oh shit. Too damn gay even to try and function there. Fuck that. I'm more creative.
He wanted to make his opponent feel uncomfortable in the thing afterwards, but I think he probably felt more uncomfortable with cold piss in his pants than the opponent looking at him like, what is wrong with you, son?
The fuck?
This shit getting weirder and weirder.
Yo, what the fuck did I just watch, bro?
I'm just saying, Heavy, it's always been weird. These people always been sick. And from the very beginning, it's always been a prop and nonsense. Here's the other question. Should there be props allowed in hip hop, like a magic show? Or is it
Yo,
better
what
when
the
that-
fuck did I just watch, yo?
A dude pissed
This nigga
himself.
pissed on himself in a battle and was waving it at the nigga like.
That's violation.
I just saw the dude hit the dude with the sock. That's what we was just talking about.
That's what we was talking
It's
about.
like people are going too extreme.
Now hold on, now niggas say he ain't really hit him. He hit his hand.
He hit his hand.
He hit his hand.
It was just
Yeah.
the camera angle that made it.
He
look
caught
like
him right
he
in his
hit
face.
too
He
much
caught him like
going
right
on
near
for
his
me.
face, but the powder went in his face.
I walked
But he didn't
into
hit him with
Nah,
the
it's too much, man.
Pushing him. It
It's too much, man. It's too much,
There's
man.
been a lot going on.
It's too much. Yeah. Can we get back to bars? Can we get back to rapping? Can we get back to standing face to face with your opponent and just trying to? What battle?
Gate to the Garden.
Yeah, I've been dry.
Because that's what you need to chop up and put that out there. That's what you was talking about.
Yeah, I definitely do, B. You
We're gonna get to
right.
the point where someone brings a casket with a real dead person inside, and then I'm done.
Don't give nobody no idea.
No, please don't.
I'll be done. Listen, if
Nah,
you never
man,
want me to
listen.
watch battle rap again, you know what I mean? You know exactly what to do now.
Bitches
I
gonna
will
start.
never watch it. Listen, I don't care what it is. I will never watch.
Nah, this shit is getting fucking real WWE and shit. And like this shit is really getting crazy. Pulling out homie money too young to even know where Homie the Clown really came from.
Right.
You sit here with powder on socks and all that swinging. Even if you did hit your hand, like it wasn't even that good of a ball. Like you know what I mean? Let's take it there.
Would you let
She
somebody
wasn't
do
even
that
that
to
good
you
of a
in the
ball.
Would you let somebody do that to you?
I mean, they not doing all that. I try to keep it funky as possible.
My nigga Jay, like, listen,
I
don't even
even think my opponent. No, I don't even think he would have the balls to even try that shit.
These little
And I could
niggas is
be dolo.
gutsy
I mean,
nadays,
if they-
though, bro.
That's a lot. Then.
Yeah,
They gotta
yo,
do
these
it.
little niggas.
Close to the edge of the table as you can.
They gotta do that.
Back like that, yo.
Yeah. I was about to say, can they hear him?
Got the lapel on.
Yeah, I'm about to say, can they hear him and all that?
No, that's not happening.
Oh my God, man!
That's not happening.
So that's when restore order. You know.
Yeah,
for the day.
that restore order on that. Yo, I thought he hit him. People saying he ain't hit him and all that, but I thought he hit it. I thought he hit him, and if he did hit him, yeah, cut that shit out. We ain't doing that because everybody ain't gonna allow you to do that, and you ain't gonna do that to everybody because you ain't gonna do that if you was battling me. Cause I knock you dead in your
It's a
shit.
respect
And I'm,
thing.
you know what I mean? And just for the
Not
simple
coming to the
fact that you
battle.
won't do that to everybody, you shouldn't do it at
Do it at
all
all.
unless you gonna try to do it to everybody. If you that nigga that's gonna do it to every nigga that you, or you can do it or feel like you can do it, then go ahead. You know what I mean? It's at your own risk. But if you not, cut this shit out because you soft.
You know what I hate is that's what World Star puts up.
Yeah, and that's what they show about battle rap.
Nothing else about
Yeah.
battle rap. They only put up the negatives.
Yeah, I don't like.
Complex. All of them don't care about battle rap.
You know,
until that stuff happens.
you know, a while back, World Star made a statement of how they wasn't supporting battle rap no more. Cause I be in the beginning, like all the battles was going up on World Star.
Grind
And
time,
then- all the grind time,
all the
like
time.
my early battles on grind time was making all my battles was making World
A
Star.
lot of that grind time shit made.
Nah, it was.
Made World
And then they
Star.
had made a statement that they wasn't supporting battle rap no more, and they wasn't putting up any more battles. But yet, every time some fuckery happened,
That's
they
what they
put up
want.
the bullshit. I mean, that's what they on anyway. But they
What was
always
their
put up the
justification
fuck
for
up.
that?
I don't know. You know, I don't know. World Star, you know, sometimes they move a little funny for me. You know what I mean?
Well, they be stealing anyway. I mean, they take your shit and put it on their own servers, so you don't get the views on their channel either. Either that or they doing fake views. One or the other.
Yeah, nah.
So-
Whatever. But they do kind of put battle rap in a bad light because they always put the negative shit right in your face.
I mean, I don't think they need to work to put battle rap in a bad light. There's enough people with this fuckery from ball sweat to peeing on yourself. To
Nah, but that ball sweat, that daylight shit was a long time ago, and ain't nobody did try to do no dumb shit like that
Let me
again,
ask you
bro.
something. What should the consequences be when somebody
beat 'em the
starts
fuck
fight?
up.
No. I'm saying as a battle league owner, not as a hood nigga in the crowd. What as a battle league owner? If you're the owner, right? If you're the person who says the buck stops here, has anybody ever put their foot down? Like for example, when I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm cool with math. I'm not as cool, but I'm still cool with disaster. And I think what's interesting is last time I checked, I never really saw any kind of real consequences for anything that ever happened.
There ain't no consequence though.
So,
That's
but hold on. If there's no consequence, then how can you restore
that's why
order?
everybody running them up. That's why everybody running them up.
But how can you restore order without the consequence?
Listen,
So let me tell you what the
'cause
consequences
my
are.
restore order is for niggas to take accountability.
Right. Okay.
For everybody, niggas got a man. I hate niggas that be like, yo.
So then,
I hate niggas that take accountability but don't take accountability.
But
When
hold
they
on, to
say
answer-
shit like,
to
yeah, I
answer
did
your
it, but
question,
if I ain't did it, I did it because it's such a nigga. If you did it, you did it. That's it.
But go along with your point. Is accountability just for the MC? Doesn't some accountability come to the league owners and the people who run the whole store?
It depends on what happened.
No, but I'm
well,
saying.
yo, for example, The dude that just said the N-word in the battle?
I don't think that's the league's fault.
No, but he's main event for next event.
See, now that's the bullshit. Because now I think they only booking him because of the shit that happened around him. And they not booking him for sheer skill. Because I don't think they would be booking him or he wouldn't be headlining nowhere if this shit never happened.
But that's the world we live in. Everything is for clout.
Yeah, this my last
then
year.
again,
Everybody
hold
fucking
on,
clout
hold on,
chasing, bro.
But if that's the case, and we started off talking about boxing, then no one's watching Logan Paul and KSI box because they got skill, right? Nobody's watching them box because, oh my God, we're gonna get another fucking James
Hey, yo,
Toney,
listen.
Roy Jones Jr. match. No, they're watching them because
Nigga,
they want to see
My
fight.
nigga Young Dev in the chat room made a good point. When Mav snuffed, he got suspended for 3 years.
That is true. Okay.
That was a penalty.
Was it a penalty or did it just last that long?
Nah, nigga. Mav went on his little run because URL wasn't fucking with him. They ain't fuck with him for about 2-3 years.
Right. I don't know if they said, okay, that's it. For 3 years, we're not fucking with you. I just think that's
They
how
had
long
sense.
it
They had
lasts.
made a statement like, yo, we cannot tolerate that. When Daylight, the day I bought the battle, Daylight did a blog talking about he was going to clap shit up. Smack did a blog banning Daylight. That's what made me call niggas like, yo, where that leave me at? Because y'all was supposed to postpone my shit.
Right.
You feel me? And Beasley was like, yo, Swave, we're going to have to get back to you. We going to give you another opponent. That never happened. But this was me calling them was because I seen a blog from Smack saying they can't tolerate the nigga talking about how he was talking and he was going to be banned from URL. And this came after they told me that our battle will be rebooked. So once I seen that blog, I hit niggas like, yo, so if he's banned, where that leave my battle?
But isn't that accountability from the league, as you
Right.
were saying? You know what I mean? That's where that comes from. And that's where...
And they told me, they said they were going to give me another opponent, which never happened. I never even heard from them niggas for whatever reason.
That's why Daylight started getting booked as much as he started getting booked.
Because Daylight,
his antics.
mind you, when he did the
Now
ball sweat
everybody's
shit,
doing it.
he
But
did
they
that
ain't
to his
booking.
opponent right before he was battling me. He did that shit to Lopez.
What year was that? 13 or 14?
13.
13. Daylight didn't get booked on URL till 16. They wasn't even
They wasn't
that
fucking with him for a
antic
while.
No, not
But
URL,
KOTD was booking him
Everybody
crazy.
was booking them because of the antics.
shit. The doc don't give a fuck about antics. Disaster punched somebody and they still book him as the main event.
Disaster took a
And
little
he won't come
hold
this
on.
way. That's the
Hold
accountability I
on.
don't like.
After
People
disaster
still
and
try
map
to book you,
situation,
bro.
disaster and map situation, KOTD didn't book disaster for a year.
Is that enough?
You booked him again hella times and made him the main event.
After a year though.
Let me explain something. I'm gonna put it
Maybe
like,
it ain't enough.
I'm gonna put it like this.
Maybe it ain't enough, but it was some kind of penalty that they thought they was implementing. You understand what I'm saying?
I think that obviously there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Is that I just want to remind people. Do you remember the fight that Chris Brown and Drake had in the club where people really got hurt and somebody
They
lost
were
their
throwing
eye?
bottles and all
Somebody
that
lost
shit.
their eye.
Yeah.
See, this is the one thing that these league owners have never experienced. They've experienced fuckery, but I don't think that the league owners have experienced somebody suing them for $20 million because the violent outburst that occurred already took a toll on somebody else who's not a battle rapper. Like imagine somebody get mad at you and they try to hook off on you. You shove them back, and their peoples rush in, your peoples rush in, and in the melee, what happens? A little girl gets trampled. I don't want to see that. I think that's the whole point of Restore Order 2.
Facts.
Not just to protect the battle rappers, but
Protect
to
every-
protect the fans. The fans
Yeah.
didn't come there to get beat the fuck up. They didn't come there to see a boxing match
And then-
either. If they wanted to see a boxing match, they'd be in Madison Square Garden.
And Restore Order
Or
Restore Order ain't just the violent aspect of shit. Like of course we.
No, you're wrong. Fans anticipate it.
Do you
They
think
anticipate these battle rappers punching each other in the face.
Why?
They irk it on. They
They
edge it
do.
on.
You think so?
But the moment it happened, then they switch.
They
Oh,
switch.
nah, he shouldn't. No, but the moment it happened,
They
these
switch
fans
about
switch right back.
everything.
These
But then when
niggas
it
is
happens,
But they
then when
switch
it
about
happens,
everything.
do they expose themselves for not really acting that way, or is that a lie? Then?
No,
are
they expose
Are they
themselves, bro.
pretending that they don't really?
This is
do it?
where I come
you
about
remember,
exposing
you see the
niggas.
videos? You see the videos online where it's like a dude about to fight somebody in a Chuck E. Cheese or some shit, and you got like his fat white girlfriend's like sitting there with her eyes rolling, and then he finally started getting lumped, and then she jumps in like, stop the fight. Where was that energy before when your man was running his mouth, drunk, talking crazy? Then you should have stepped in. Not when he started getting mollywopped.
Now let me break down some knowledge on y'all. This is some shit I learned in martial arts. There's a such thing as fear. And niggas that ain't never lived certain shit are very hesitant to jump in the first time around. This is why I peep a lot of shit, B. Right. When that bridge and that whole shit popped off and they said Tay-Rock was holding the door, I'm looking at shit like, yo, listen, niggas that ain't used to them kind of melees, don't dive in head first.
I've seen that since 2000.
You understand me? And body language tells it all.
Ain't no nigga been getting you, man. I ain't
niggas that jump in quick, fast. Like I respect Calico, cause that nigga took his all one motion. Glasses came off, punched through.
That shit look good.
He throws. You could tell he been involved in shit like that before.
Yeah, but with who though?
So to answer your question, where was the energy at first? Fear took that energy. Hold on, oh shit. Now love. There's only two emotions the human body really feels. Everything else is a derivative of the each. It's fear and it's love. Everything else comes from the two. You know what I mean? Love overpowers all, but fear freezes you at first, like, oh shit. If you ain't used to that.
That's why the first lessons in the dojo are about breathing.
Facts.
Breathing helps you
breathe right through that shit. And then you realize, okay, that's a loved one. Then love conquers everything. Okay, let me get my ass in there. You're gonna catch a couple lumps, but you know what? I'm gonna take some of the heat off this mother. You know what I mean? Y'all not gonna do my you know what I mean? Y'all not doing it like that. Now people that used to shit like that, off rip, fear's gone. Let's get it. But you gotta be there already. You gotta have the you know how you conquer fear? You gotta do it. Niggas scared to go parachuting, you gotta jump out of plane to get over that shit, or you never gonna do it. One day you just gotta be like, fuck it. Leap of faith. You understand me? Once you do it, you ever roll a roller coaster for the first time and then after you roll it, you're like, yo, I'm going on the next one. I'm going on any ride. You ever roll on a ride in an amusement park for the first time? Once you do it, you're like, yo, fuck that, let's go again. But that first time, it's like, yo, hold on, B, that shit look crazy. And then you do it, you like, nah, that shit was real. That's that conquer the fear. Once you do it, you jump into that shit light work. So when you see niggas pop off and you see them niggas on the side, them niggas ain't never been involved in nothing. Them niggas you see dive in, them niggas get it in. If I'm lying, I'm flying, B. If I'm lying, I'm flying.
You right, but I just seen this shit long ago.
Yo, real quick, I got a video, and then you want to do Whack Bar of the Week?
Yes, sir.
A video, what's up?
We're
gonna play a music video. You know, we go a little break, give niggas some love.
Matter of fact, and
play that Napalm video, show my nigga Tech get crazy.
All right, and then we'll get to the Whack Bar of the Week, because they're already going crazy in the chat. Yo,
shout out to my man, Good Time Slim.
Yeah, and my nigga,
my brother Fats.
The Fats, the Circle.
Circle. Here we go, Napalm.
Watching these fools abandon truth when they rhyme. They hang around. Seeking salvation underground, decadence and negligence, paralyzed the economic infrastructure, weaker than it ever been. The consequence, now anarchy rules. Jacob playing hot potato, dropping these jewels, watching these fools abandon truth when they rhyme. They hang around Flav's neck, they all big time. Mainstream's encrypted with a virus, hijacked like an oil tanker by Somali pirates. Adorn the battle armor of a verbal assassin, setting off napalm with murderous passion. Genocidal fallout, martyrs, casualties, Krylon tapestries, ashes and memories. This is the front line, this is the dead zone. Barely alive on the box is how you head home.
This is napalm, Greek fire, white phosphorus. Justified genocide, judgment days, politics. Preach life and liberty, but give the world the opposite. So I play Jesus, casting devils out the populace. We are all casualties of war. We are all Casualties of war, we are all. Casualties of war, we are all. Casualties of war. This be your rebel army course in assaulting. Slice like a sultan, scorch you like molten lava. Spit it to the heavens like a Gaza. Bitch niggas strip from my violence like the Gaza. Lethal transcriber, convoys and wordplay. Build a cult following, call me Slimothy McVeigh. Forces separated, lyrical landmine, beats get detonated. Anybody feeling liberated, get obliterated. Lasting impressions from maniacal discretion. The war zone, each lost limb should be a lesson learned. Make you incessantly burn from the fucking napalm. You a slacker, see the rebel arms, my faculty. Underground barracks be the last stand for cavalry. Screws close, get oxidized like glucose and calories. Stuck in the cell by my 16 bars. Change the P to a C, cause you a casualty of war. This is napalm, Greek fire, white phosphorus. Justified genocide, judgment days, politics. Preach life and liberty, but give the world the opposite. So I play Jesus, casting devils out the populace. We are all casualties of war. 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 I never tried to be Jay-Z or Big Papa. I'm underground like them dead children buried in Gaza. I see through the eyes of a generation yet to be born. I come from an alternate future where freedom is born. I refuse to pledge allegiance like Jehovah's Witnesses. Take your shot and eat off that shit like photosynthesis. You niggas don't understand the world that I come from, but you understand the casualty of war when you become one. Your mother raped by soldiers, gave birth to a brother. Now you understand what it's like to hate and love a motherfucker. The chemical structure of food and water corrupted, children abducted for organ harvesting, production and function of epidemic sprayed that a man made. Of that genetic upgrades are only given to slaves. So I'm on a crusade with rocket propelled grenades to change history with the rebel army brigade. Nigga, we are all casualties of war. 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 Be a barren wasteland. Casualties of war.
Yo, we back. Restore order before we move on. Let me say this. Subscribe to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio. Subscribe to Team Homie TV. Subscribe to every man up here that got whatever they got. Follow them. Follow Immortal Technique at Immortal Technique. Follow Immortal Tech. Follow my man J400 Block. Follow me, Sway 7.
How you gonna act?
How I'm gonna act?
Yeah.
Listen. All opinionated. You know what time it is right now. It's time for that whack bar of the week.
We definitely need Immortal Tech's opinion on this too.
Yeah, yo, Tech. Listen.
Who won the whack bar of the week?
Listen, I know you here. You ain't gotta participate. I don't want you to know what I mean. This is where I get on these niggas now. Being Jay, you here too. And this actually might hit a little close to home for you.
I'm alright, man.
Alright.
We're gonna see what's going on.
Whack bar of the week.
We got
Whack bar of the week.
I hope it ain't my shit.
Let's just play the clip.
You wanna just play it?
Just play it.
Shit, that's close enough.
I'm her supervisor. Tell that ugly bitch I'm her new advisor. She gotta do something for the hood. I gotta find ways to utilize her. So while we sitting in the car, she sucked my dick listening to Young M.A. and Gucci Man. What that mean? I guess that I'm her Uber driver. Uber, for those who ain't get that.
Hey, yo, y'all not gonna do cars like
Yo,
that.
son, listen. This is your man, Jay, so I should let you talk first. Cause it's your man, but your ass, being that that's your man, you need to tell him.
No, let me tell you something.
Listen. No yes men in 2020.
No,
you hear me?
Come on,
no
man.
yes men in Jay.
he is
No
family.
yes man in
it's no yes
2020,
man.
Jay.
He is family. He's family.
Yeah, he
But this
family.
my thing though. Knowing that he freestyle and he do shit like that off like in the spur of the...
I wasn't freestyle.
Yes, that was.
I wasn't freestyle. That was a written
That
ball.
wasn't no freestyle.
That was a written
That
ball.
wasn't no written, Sway.
I think that was a freestyle. I think it was a freestyle.
We know him.
Wait a minute.
We know him.
Wait.
We know
to
how
the
he
other side
go
of the
into
court.
freestyle.
This
to
is
try
also
to
the
keep
same
up.
man that tried to beat somebody to death with Squidward's clarinet. I was there for that.
I would almost put that
there
up.
for that.
That
I was there
almost
for
made
that.
it. That almost made it. The
I
only thing
remember
that,
that
the
battle,
only reason
too.
why I didn't, that was the down battle old red.
Cause it was
He said that
freestyle.
shit the hit man.
Cause
Yo,
it's freestyle.
the only reason why that didn't make it because it's kind of old. I know I played a lot of old shit, so I'm trying to do some more up to date shit. You know what I mean? This is old too, but it's not as old.
Who's hating on us, man?
Ain't nobody hating on us.
You did them last week.
No, we did the whole battle. Him and Cassidy. That wasn't
no.
last week either, but
Yo,
we
why
did-
do I get set up? And it's always Harlem, man. I got more respect for
Man,
Harlem.
hold on.
Harlem
Smoke,
always
smoke,
setting me
smoke.
up. Head Iceton did this shit in the interview.
Listen. The last one wasn't just
You got
us.
my
That's
man
funny.
on the
No
back
one
bar
can
of the
accuse
week
me of
twice.
hating on Jers. I be in Jers all the time.
Yo,
I be
listen,
in
the
Jers.
last one wasn't just about us. The last one was about the whole battle in general. Him
I
and
can't believe
Cassidy.
this.
Cassidy had some whack shit up there too.
Swave and Ice,
It
we
was
gotta
just the
talk,
whole,
man.
and that was all in the first rounds.
No, no,
Me,
we
Swave, and
not-
Ice gotta have a
we not
talk.
doing that.
They
Why-
be catching.
why y'all
more
play that
so-
shit again?
Why do everybody do this when Jay here?
Yo,
Why
listen.
do they always
Listen,
throw my
listen,
brothers
listen,
in here
listen,
when I'm
listen.
around?
Yo, listen.
I'm
That's
just a
crazy.
realist.
Hey, yo, Swave,
This
if
is
we put,
crazy.
listen,
Hold on.
if we
So
put
are y'all
Uncle
arguing
Ron,
with me that the bar was not
That's
trash?
what I'm trying to say. If we
Is the
put
bar
Uncle
not whack?
Ron-
Let me ask y'all that. Was the bar not trash?
yo, if we put
No, it was
Uncle
regular.
Ron on
That
camera
was
right
regular.
now, he
Compared
couldn't watch
to-
that with a straight face.
compared to
Guaranteed.
shit we've seen, that was regular. Because I know he was freestyling.
It's probably not the worst we had up
Now,
there.
if he wrote
but
that, I would be
was
very
I think he
upset.
wrote it.
I don't
Play it again. Watch the whole setup.
I'm her supervisor. Tell that ugly bitch I'm her new advisor. She gotta do something for the hood. I gotta find ways to utilize her. So while we sitting in the car, she sucked my dick listening to Young M.A. and Gucci Man. What that mean? I guess that I'm her Uber driver. Uber, for those who ain't get that.
He wrote that. That's Gucci Man shit. Burp. Young M.A. and Gucci Man. Ooh, burp. You Uber driver, the Uber. No, nigga, we don't rhyme like that. We don't talk like that. We don't do that.
I got a suggestion for Whack Bar of the Week next week. Then
I'll take on suggestions, brother.
How we gonna put? I got a suggestion.
Yo, don't try to defer the. Don't try to
Hold on,
defer
we
it.
focus on your man right now.
Her
Though.
worst shit than
I was rooting for you, Ars. I was rooting for you, nigga. I was rooting. There was a
Hey,
freestyle,
someone
Ars.
hold it down,
Yo,
man.
whatever happened to the Ultimate Warrior League? Do they still do stuff?
Yeah,
you
dub.
Soon.
I remember
Soon
the first time when Ars first had that stuff, he first came out, I actually had a conversation with him on the phone for like maybe an hour and a half, and I was telling him, Ars, you know what you need to do? And he goes, what? I said, you need to serve food at the event. And he goes, food? I said, yeah. I said, I know you got shorties in Newark. I said, I know. I've been in Newark wild times. There's wild fish spots there. I said, go to, I'm sorry. Y'all call it Nork.
Nork.
N-O-R-K.
Nork.
Yeah, I'm N-O-R-K. Nork.
You got one sitting right here, man.
Nork.
Right? Nork.
My nigga J400 from Nork, man.
Nork.
Yeah, I say Newark because I'm from Harlem, but out there
Harlem,
they
nigga.
say Nork. So Nork out there,
man,
they got
this
wild
is
fish spots. So I said, why don't you get Shorty from Nork
Definitely got the
to
fish
come in there and do
spots.
this fish spot? And he was like, okay. So I came to the next one, the one where they battled it at the community center in do you remember the one where it was
Prince
like
Hall.
upstate? Yeah.
Prince Hall.
Yo, son.
Yeah, Prince
And I
Hall.
went over
Oh,
there,
yeah. Nah, I went there.
That was K-Sean JC.
and it was dope. And you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
They had a plate
Math
for me.
and Suge was there too,
And
right?
I said, Ars, let me
Math and
ask you,
Suge was there.
does this pay for the overhead? And he said, and then some. And I said, well, there you go,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and I said, well, what's up with a plate? And he was like, yeah, you got it.
Nah, he
So
got
I
crazy.
I got
he
mad
get
love
crazy.
for Ars.
Listen.
But please
And
don't
shout
tell
out
me
Mama
you
Ars,
I
too.
got
Please
mad
don't
love for
tell me
Ars.
you
Ars my
really-
nigga for one. Yeah, Ars know what it is with me. That's my G. You know what I mean? That's my G right there. But no one's exempt.
He definitely did win the battle with Cassidy. I don't know if
No,
like the battle.
he definitely won. We definitely said he won. You know what I mean? Cassidy was doing some other shit. You know what I mean? But this ball right here,
You as a rapper,
nah.
if you decided you wanted to come and battle rap,
We just did that one before.
Yeah.
We went through that for like half an hour before you got here.
Yo, listen, Mortal Technique used to go crazy on niggas back in the days, man.
Well, I don't know if they asked you, but at least let me ask you, and just tell me if you answered it. Would you adjust your style to what they're doing now?
I'd have to.
Okay.
You know why?
They didn't ask you
would
that?
have to.
Because
No, I didn't ask
That's
him
why
that.
I'm the GOAT.
You the GOAT?
Because if I was, let's say, a street fighter, right? Let's say Kimbo Slice, Conor McGregor, Khabib Nurmagomedov. I'm an MMA fighter, but now they want me to box. I gotta switch it up. I gotta fight the Mark of the Queensberry. I cannot do MMA stuff in the ring with you. Okay? I think it's great that people want to freestyle their entire round, but I wouldn't be able to do that if I'm competing with someone that has a huge swath of information about you, right? And I think it's interesting because when I look back on it now, it's very easy for someone who doesn't battle rap or someone who doesn't know anything about the depth of my writing to easily say, okay, I guarantee that if he came back, he would get cooked by even a mid-level tier dude. But the reality is that as much of a dick rider as a person would have to be to make a statement like that, they're technically partially right. If I did not prepare and I took someone lightly who's a mid-tier dude,
Knock your head off.
Run through anybody.
Knock your head off.
If you're not coming back to the game
Right.
by learning how to do that, would tear to pieces.
This is
But
why I hope 40 cal.
But I guarantee, if I had the time to prepare and people had the time to prepare, you just have to have the self-confidence to be able to say the words. I was telling Swave this before. If I got a person who could just rap well, and I said to them, yo, I'm going to write some bars for you. You go to the back. I guarantee you this person would absolutely slaughter somebody. Oh, by the way, here's the problem. It's already happened. It's already happened. And I will never say who.
Who you
but
vote
somebody
for?
came up to
Who
me and
you
was
vote
like, yo,
for,
could you give me
man?
some bars?
I wanna
Hold
know
on.
sounds,
Somebody
son.
said, and this is, I love this.
This is a battle rapper?
Somebody came up to me and said, yo, could you give me some bars? And
Word?
I said, I'll give you like a few pointers and and then I came up with some merciless punchlines. And I just said, here you go. And I said,
Who
here we
you
go.
did that for?
You wildin' right
Can we just answer? Was this somebody on URL?
This is a real battle. This is not. We're not talking about like, for example, they were.
It ain't me. I promise you that. It ain't me.
Never. The format.
And everybody know I know you. That's why gonna be like it's Swave. It ain't me.
The format has changed so many times, right? It's going from 30-second rounds to 2 1-minute rounds, 3 1-minute rounds, 3 3-minute rounds.
Fact.
It's been getting longer and longer and longer. We keep getting that. So I feel like the inevitability
Right.
of having unlimited rounds and having people there
I
going
hate
on
that
forever,
shit though.
is
Fuck
just
unlimited
bound to
rounds,
happen.
bro.
But I always tell people,
That's too much.
but I always tell people, listen,
Doing too much.
this is a different sport, right? This is like swimming and water polo. A person who's very nice at swimming, that doesn't mean they can play water polo. That's like basketball and running. A person who runs and who's a track star, congratulations.
You can't play no soccer, though.
You can get from one side of the court faster than Kobe and Jordan. Probably beat them by 3 or 4 seconds, but you can't make the shot. That's what I mean. You might have the ability to do certain things, like, for example, a person who's a master writer.
Nigga
right?
said you vote for Soul Car.
Never.
Yo,
you're a clown.
Nigga said you vote for Soul Car, my nigga.
Flavor.
Yo, knew it kind of said, I'm trying to go viral. Text, say who it is.
listen. Hardcore Flavor. I will come slap you and your 7 stepdads, all right? I will throw you down a flight of stairs. You clown.
Okay, yo, last thing, right?
That's a good one.
Mid-tier, top tier, were they mid-tier?
No, never. I will never.
Never.
Ghostwriter never tells.
Man, listen. I'm going to get the answer.
Never tell.
I'm going to get the answer. Maybe off camera, but I'm going to find out.
But that just shows that it exists, though, too. You know?
Bah!
So it was
Fuck
definitely
outta.
somebody from Harlem, though. Let's get that out the way.
No, don't do that. I'm not. No clues.
Oh, word?
No clues. No clues.
Yo, listen.
But here's the good thing. You know what I would do, and I wouldn't make it a secret. If somebody that I knew and respected wanted to bounce lines off me, listen, I don't have to lie to people about what I do. I don't just write rhymes. I write screenplays. I help people fix screenplays.
No, that's a fact.
One of the people that
That's a fact.
actually was a mentor of mine, and he had this interesting story that he told me. He said, "You remember this old movie, Pretty Woman, with Richard Gere and Julia Roberts?" He said the movie didn't end that way originally. He said the original screenplay had Julia Roberts as a cokehead. Right? And it said it tested bad with audiences because they were willing to empathize with a prostitute, but they could not empathize with a drug addict. So I was like, wow. And the end was super
Crazy.
interesting. So peep this. So at the end of the movie, they went back and had to reshoot all of the scenes and say, oh, I'm gonna change this. At the end of Pretty Woman, he told me the original script that we were in the room with changed it. They said, yo, he leaves and he doesn't come back. And they were like, this is bullshit. We gotta give this a cookie cutter Disney movie ending. He gotta go up the tree. So there was no tree, so what did he go up the end? I meant this because a girl made me go to the movies with her watches. He goes up the fire escape. It's the biggest cheesy Casanova bullshit. But it was done because they needed to please audiences. And I look
Get
at
the
this.
fuck
this
out of
right
here.
here,
See what I'm
right?
saying? Take, this might, I might have to have you on the show more often. This nigga got wild knowledge. Like, we started out with Whack Bar of the Week. This nigga with the Pretty Woman on, nigga. How that correlate, but that shit fit. Like, this nigga's the best right here, bro.
Word.
Ooh.
I got a quick question though, real quick. I was gonna take a break, but we don't need to. Yo, what's up with this Rex situation, yo, and Jay, man? Y'all been going back and forth.
Yeah, what's up with that, bro?
You know, you and Rex, man. What's
So
going
I
on?
gotta intervene. I gotta talk to my
Rex
what's
dissed
up,
him
man?
in the
Yeah, I
in
heard
the
about it.
Rosenberg battle.
I heard.
And I see some interviews back and forth.
So y'all gonna battle?
Yeah, we gonna battle. But, you know, we working on some shit. I don't know what the fuck Rex doing, man. Y'all need to talk to him. Y'all from Harlem, man. No, for real, man. Y'all shouldn't let niggas run around looking like that. I would never let a nigga from North run around, you know, carrying himself like this, man. Not a living legend, man. He carrying himself the wrong way.
Listen, this Rex is Rex, man.
Oh shit, that's not good.
I mean,
when niggas say
Has
Rex is
been
Rex.
being Rex though?
No.
You think he could get in the ring with Jay right now?
Liquor
When was
is
his last battle?
He just battled Rosenberg, and then he
before that.
battled Bill Collector before that.
So he's had 2 recent battles.
Yeah,
He battled
3.
Tay-Rock.
He had 3 recent
So
battles.
he's not rusty. He's not just completely.
He's
out
still
there.
rusty.
He's not really rusty.
How would it perform?
Rusty
I'm
as
sorry, I
far
haven't
as
seen
he's been active. He got 3 battles fairly new.
I beat the shit. I don't think he really gave the old college try.
So could we be honest with you? He
I don't
lost.
think
He
so
lost.
either.
So let's be real. He lost to Tay-Rock.
So they say.
Lost to Rosenberg.
Really?
What you think about Bill Collector? He lost to Bill Collector too.
I like the Bill Collector battle. I like
did he win?
I don't know. I
didn't
don't.
see these
The
battles,
Bill
so I don't
Collector battle, the battle I think he did the best in. Cause he went crazy in
But
that
the
battle.
both,
B. I'm not
both
gonna
of
lie.
the Philly battles, I say, is like, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. But Rosenberg was terrible.
That Bill Collector Rex.
And then you
fucking with
stumble.
that Rex out, Jay.
You stumble when you what the fuck?
All right, listen.
Let me tell you something.
I mean,
man.
that's what you're supposed to say. That's what you're
He was supposed
say.
to come to Newark, Harlem versus Newark.
Right.
He didn't come. Oh, I don't open up and da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Rex, I mean,
I'm
when
sorry,
Lux, when Lux,
Harlem versus North?
when Lux battled Arsenal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was Rabbi, Charlie.
Right.
Who the fuck did K-Shine battle that night? K-Shine and O-Red,
O-Red.
DNA and Suge.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah,
me
they
and
wound
Rex.
up battling Suge. Suge was supposed to battle Head Ice.
Yeah.
Head Ice wound up not being able to do it because of contractual reason with KOTD. So DNA stepped in.
Okay. Now I want to ask something to the group of people. This is something that I actually talked. I forget who was with. I think it was me, and B Magic, and Poison Pen were talking on tour.
Poison and B Magic.
Shout out my brother Poison
Pen.
Pen. Once
B-Magic.
again, B Magic as well.
I was asking people this. There's an artist that I heard who used to be a battle rapper. I forget what the exact name is. I think it was Dizzy Wright or one of them. But they took the bars from all their battles and they created a mixtape out of it. And what I thought was interesting is this: do artists, the battlers themselves, own their bars? Or is it the league? In other words, if a battle rapper wanted to take bars that they already had, similar to the way Eminem did with the Slim Shady LP, he took some of the battle lines. He said, all right, I'll take like 3-4 of the best punchlines that I had, throw them on the record. Nobody cared because it was whatever. But at the same time, look at it now. What would happen if a battle rapper would take his punchlines and say, all right, I want to create a song with them? Who would have ownership of that?
I like
would it
this.
Me.
No.
Let me ask
you. Wait. Technically, according to the contract.
Trying to tell me I can't use my shit again?
But then who would they pay the publishing to? Would they pay the publishing to you, or would they pay the publishing to the people who actually own of it all? In other words, do artists get a percentage of the YouTube burns for the battles that go on TV? No. Artists only get paid from Smack to KODT to RBE to Jay-Z to Ice-T to Kool Mo D. Listen, all these people, they get
That's off
paid
the
off
battles
of this,
though.
right? But they
So
don't get
if I
paid.
use the lyrics to get in a song and sell a song, you mean to tell me they gonna get that too?
Well, that was the argument.
I mean, Rex never got in trouble for this.
Shit,
Hold up.
that's fine. There you go.
Shitting me.
Hold up. We're gonna talk about that in a second. But let me ask you this, being that you know the business. Let's say right now, Smack gave you a contract.
Well, I'm not a lawyer, but
no, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, normal battle rapper contract. Jay, you get him. Swave, you get him. Whatever. Let's say Smack goes right now to Netflix and does a deal for, you know what? I'm about to take my YouTube down and I'm about to sell you $100 million for all our battles.
It depends on what the contract.
He most likely know who to fucking choose for that.
Do they get to copyright their lyrics?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If it depends on what the contract said when you signed in. If you give them the right to distribute, right? Essentially, what you're saying is you're signing over the master of what you did. Right.
You're absolutely correct.
You're signing over the master. If someone else buys the studio time for you, they buy the beats and they write the rhymes for you, then what do you really own about the song yourself? But this is the difference. In this case, people wrote the rhymes, right? Themselves,
And performed them.
But they didn't provide the venue, and they got paid for their lyrics. In other words, they were paid for them to be there. That's the contradiction and the conversation that we're having now. To me, it would have to be what's in the contract. I've never seen, or I've looked at a Smack contract, I've looked at a KODT contract, but I've never gone through it with a fine-tooth comb for me to say definitively, you know what? It would be the publishing that would be going directly to the people who bought out the battle and were the platform themselves. In the same way that the publishing, if it gets bought out by a major label, the publishing goes to the label, not the artist. We just saw that Mace flipped out, speaking of Harlem.
Right.
Like, you bought my publishing for $20,000, and we think that's stupid. Oh my God, that's short money. But think about it now. Who in the mid-tier or upper tier is going to turn down $20,000 to battle? But at the same time, are they thinking that 50 years in the future, somebody's going to use a bar like that in a movie? And what happens if a movie, a comedian movie says, "Oh, that line is so funny. Can I go borrow it?" I'll give you an example that answers your question perfectly. When I did Revolutionary Volume 1, a record that came out in 2001 that Dance with the Devil was on, right? Later on, NBC filmed the pilot in which one of the artists or one of the actors said a line, not even played my music. He said a line of mine in the song.
You got paid for that?
Did not have permission to use it. He called me on the phone. The general counsel from Viper Records then calls me up. He says, "Man, we got a situation here. People used your stuff, and it's already in the pilot of the series." And I looked at it, and he goes, "You got two choices. You can be a real asshole and ask for like fuck people over the bridge, or we can be cool and we can work with these people again." And I said, "Well, what are they offering?" And he's like, $3,500. And I said, "Make it $5." And he goes, "I'll call you right back." 5 minutes later, he goes, "Deal." And I said, "Fuck, I should have asked for $7,500." At the same time, I said to myself, because I own the masters, the publishing, and the sync license, which is the triple threat of all writers.
Yeah,
what
see,
they
the
have.
battle rapper, we don't got
Well,
that.
they don't have
We
it
don't got that.
because they don't have an organization that protects their rights and protects their artistry. They need to band together, have some kind of fucking union or some representative body that says, no, we will protect your artistry and we will credit you with being the person that does that.
On the real shit, it sound good, but I don't think a lot of battle rappers give a fuck about that.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Because they're not thinking long term.
But you gotta think like this: we do write our own bars, but then you gotta think of the battle rappers that reference movies and say the exact shit that was in movies that have made millions of fucking dollars for years. Suge, and this is my
make
brother.
References to current events as well.
He flipped Juice, like he didn't use, but it was certain lines where that is what Pac had, like he had to say it because that's what Pac said to make the line hit. Even though he was flipping
and
shit,
what
he
about
was
battle
still
rappers
saying,
that quote other battle rappers?
Other battle rappers. I've quoted other comedians because I know the fucking joke was funny enough.
In the context of an interpolation, you can do that to complete your artistic vision, and you don't have to pay people like that. For example, I sampled on a project called The Martyr, this song, The Rich Man's World, and we sampled ABBA.
Okay,
right? And we put that in a movie about Elvis, and like it was called The King, and it was nominated for a Grammy. Now, when this movie came out, I expressed to Eugene Jarecki, the director, I was like, you know that's ABBA, and the only reason that we managed to put that out is because we actually got just a fucking free record going out. So there's no money being brought in. So what are they gonna sue for besides giving us a cease and desist? But what his vision is different, brother. He said to me, since I'm making a visual project, which is interesting because you bring up movies, since I'm making a visual project, I can go to the court and say, this song helped me to complete my vision, and therefore it's an entity unto itself that participates in my vision. So if you use movie lines or movie bars, you're taking someone else's artistic craft, but you're not presenting it their work as yours. You're incorporating it into a vision and artistry of yours. They didn't come to the battle to see Juice. They came to the battle to see Suge, and he used those components of that, which he's in his legal right to do. But it's ironic that I'm so glad you brought up movies, because that's the big flip. If it's movies, then shouldn't it be the other way with music to complete your vision? And if that's the case, then
that's what I was about to ask.
Samples at all?
That's what I was about to say the same shit, because niggas quote shit from music as well.
Let me ask you this too. But so let's say I'm a battle rapper, right? And I get booked 3 months in advance. Is it legal for, like, let's say a J400 block gonna battle Rex in 3 months, let's just say. Can he go copyright them lyrics? Do you think?
Hell yeah, I could pull, man, copyright that shit and send it to my
anytime.
Crazy?
No, I'm saying.
That's
So
easy money. That's easy money.
Because then you owed your shit, correct? Is that how it
Oh
works?
yeah, and it's a lot of situations where people gonna be in some hot water. We won't speak on that, but like
I
it's
said,
just things that you
like
learn.
I said,
So hold up.
at the
Let
same
me tell you
time,
this.
all this shit that we talking,
I've never been legal.
all this shit that we talking, I really don't think
a
a lot of battle rappers really give a fuck.
They don't.
Yo, I'm gonna give y'all an exclusive right now, right? I talked to Daylight for like an hour and a half the other day.
Right.
And there was rumors about him and Lux going down. There was rumors about him and Nitty going down.
That'd be interesting.
Now I asked him why he hasn't been battling. And he said exactly what you talked about. He said, I'm thinking long run. I don't want to take no money. I don't need it right now. I want ownership of my battle. He said he'll battle right now on RBE, on Smack, he'll battle on Trap House and take no money as long as he can have ownership of his battle to do what he wants to do. And that's what he wants to do. He won't battle unless he owns his battle.
Grind Time battles were sold.
You know
that,
about
right?
my last battle.
Hold on. Let's keep that. You want to go in deep? Thank you for bringing that up. The Grind Time battle old catalog was sold. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that.
So then who owns that? Definitely not the people who battled in it. They weren't consulted. They weren't talked to. They don't own those battles.
So this is the
I'm
story
not mad
of
at
that.
Daylight right now. I'm really not mad at him. He's making a good point.
There was rumors that KOTD bought the whole Grind Time catalog from Mad Ills, but there was complications on the back end. I don't know if the deal ever went through.
Wow.
But I
know it
do
was sold.
remember.
I don't know exactly who bought it, but I know it was
the
sold.
Rec being upset.
And it was sold for dirt.
About that.
Shout out to my boy Direct, my nigga. Nigga don't give Direct enough props, enough roses. Cause that nigga started a lot of Listen, niggas be talking about this Mount Rushmore shit. Mount Rushmore battle rap.
Pen.
Poison Pen. Direct.
Yeah.
You feel me?
You gotta say Smack.
I put Smack there.
You know what? It's just those.
And then the fourth is like.
I mean, we could dance around a little bit.
Yeah, we could dance. I don't even have a fourth.
Nah, cause them three right there, that's solidified.
Yeah, my nigga, Direct, Pen, and Smack.
That shit is real. Like they connect a lot of things, man.
Facts.
But
Niggas better give my brother Poison Pen more credit too, man.
Can we shout out Dash Living too?
Dash Living.
Dash Living was like the first media in battle rap.
Yo, shout out Dash Living because he's like
shout out to Dash. I swear, shout out to Dash.
He's like a
this is crazy.
motivational speaker right now, doing shit for students and all that.
His son, shout out to his son. His son is doing amazing with the public, King Nas with the public speaking and doing all that stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the route he took. Shout out to Dash. Him, Arsenal did a great job to put on for New Jersey at the time, and Speed Dollar was a part of that. So I'm a, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to bros.
Word to mother.
But me, as far as Twiz, is one of the first people like came, and he came in the gutter too, and just said, "Yo, I'm gonna fuck with y'all."
Right.
Like it's just me, Suge, and the 400. Like niggas ain't know what the fuck we was doing. We didn't know we was going battle either, but it was just the outlet. So you know what I'm saying? It could go any way for certain people. You know what I'm saying? But them three right there, I definitely Pen and Smack. I'm definitely.
Poison Pen is responsible for a lot of these.
I mean, one other thing I'm gonna say real quick is I have to remind people. Penn was the first person to do pay-per-view battle rap.
Oh, facts. Yeah, facts.
Everybody else laughed at him, and I said, "Penn, fuck these niggas." And he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna set the blueprint." And he's like, "My only fear is exactly what happened." He said, "I'm gonna set the blueprint."
He's gonna give my brother more props. I'm telling you, my nigga.
When everybody else was like, "Why? What? You want to put me on Twitch? Get out of here!" And I was like, "Yo, bro, Penn, this is a great idea." Bomb. And I just don't think people acknowledge that he was the first person to step out there to put the money up, to find these companies, and to say, "Hey, man, we can incorporate this." And instead of waiting 6 weeks on God knows when, no disrespect to Smack, you take forever sometimes to put this shit out. So if a battle comes out, like when was it?
He got the app shit now. He be trying to upload shit fast on the app though.
I saw the Pat Stay Shotgun Shook battle. How long ago was that?
Yeah, like 6 months before.
Right, exactly. So it's like, okay, you don't have to see it then, because keep it real, back in the day, you had to wait forever for it to come out on a DVD.
And then they broke it up, with the rounds.
Unless you was in front of the State Building in Harlem, or unless you was on a corner in Newark. If you weren't there.
I caught a lot of them State Building battles, though, by the way. Harlem.
Absolutely right.
I caught a lot of those
rounds down.
I was there. I saw.
You can see it immediately.
Facts.
Damn, Swave.
But yo,
I was there. I was
been battling that long.
You gotta bounce, right?
Facts, my nigga. I've been around.
Been
my nigga.
Yo, real quick though, we about to come up on the 2-hour mark. So
yeah,
you know,
we
just
about
real
to close
quick,
out
I just
in a
want to
minute.
know, yo, they've been asking 100 times in the chat.
What's up?
When the new album coming out for Tech?
Yeah, I know.
They want to know. They all day been asking like, so
Tech,
you know, address all that.
I was gonna ask him. I see it.
I got some new fire. I'm about 8 songs deep now. I'm looking at trying to get a release date, hopefully early summer, because I want to release a lot of visuals too. Killer Mike.
Finally, some videos and all that. You know what I mean?
We got Killer Mike, David Banner. I was in the studio with Premier the other day. I got Ali Shaheed Muhammad on the record. He came out the woodwork and gave me a fucking banger from the vault. So I just been working with a lot of people. Also, I just want to let people know out there, if you want to come through and see me, I'll be at SOB's this Thursday doing a benefit show for the people of Chile, and I'll be performing some of the classic material, and I'll also be performing a couple of new songs. So if people want to come through, it's $15. It's for a good cause.
I hear that.
I'll see you at SOB's on Thursday. If you want to come check me out, my ats are Tech Immortal at Instagram and Immortal Tech on Twitter. So I just appreciate being here. Thank you for making me feel nostalgic, and I appreciate all the love that I get from battle rappers, because I really do. I respect anybody that has the courage to really step in the ring. It takes a lot of self-confidence and a lot of determination. Even if you get cooked, bro, you got to sit there and take that, eat it, not flip out, act like a fucking man, And you know what? I give you props for putting yourself up on the line. So anybody who's ever stepped in the ring,
Heart, baby,
I got
heart,
love for
baby.
y'all. And remember,
Heart.
those words last forever. I
Yeah,
still have people that are mad at me for things that I've said in battles in like 1999. I still have girls that are mad.
I remember when
'cause
you made
cursed
Shorty
them.
cry.
Yo, she's still mad. I seen her on tour in Texas. She tried to put a finger in my ear. She was like, "I hate you. You know, I'll never forgive you." And I was
You
like, she was
scarred that
drunk out
girl
of
for
my
life, Tech. You was wrong for that.
Yo, he made fun of my girl first. You remember?
Yeah, he did. He
Okay.
did.
No disrespect, but if you listen, if you gon' diss my girl and you bring your girl to the, then this don't matter because he's happily married. God bless my nigga. But
bitch I haven't seen in my life.
All right. Listen, thank
Yo,
you everybody.
Little Arch, man, get up there
I'm not
too,
coming
man.
back
Say
in
what's up to
no
the
more.
people, yo. You heard? Get little Arch up there, yo. Let little Arch say what's up
Arch,
to the
come
people,
here,
man.
B. Baby Arch.
Now that we
He ain't a
this
baby
cloud
no
up.
more. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cloud up.
This is my nephew. This is Arch Jr., Caleb, CJ. If you see any battles with me with Big Arch behind me, you see his look. This is his twin all the way right now. This is another Arch, man. I love you to death. Thank you for being here, man.
Yeah, man. But yo,
Word.
Jay, what you got coming up? Anything?
I mean, you know, how you gonna act TV?
So we had to bring him out now.
Word.
Yeah,
It's about that time. How you gonna act TV? Got some battles coming up. Working on the album. I'm just working right now, man. I don't want to talk too much in 20. I just want to come out and do what I need to do, man.
Right.
For real.
What's up, man? Sway, we out?
Yeah, we out of here, man. Restore order, man.
Restore order, Rebel Arms,
Restore order,
Team
right?
Army, Rebel Arms. Follow everything, subscribe to everything. Y'all know what to do. Holla.
15 minutes of fame, nigga.